Yes, people. Welcome back to another panel show. Mad delayed. I don't know when the last time we did one in it, but things have been happening. People have been busy. I've been ill. You know what I mean? So it has to be delayed, man. So, yeah, my bad not on that one. But anyway, do me a favor, chat. Make sure you guys smash up the likes. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. We're going to have a bit of a transfer talk. Just laid back, nice and chilled transfer talk panel show tonight. Because let's be real. No one wants to speak about the Wolves game, and even if we did, it won't last more than 5 minutes, innit? So get these likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well. Shout out Palumi, who says, nah, send that scout along to Hugo ASAP. Well, listen, boys, let's start off with Gibbs-White, because he's the hot topic at the moment. Obviously, he's just played. We all probably watched it. Most of you probably did anyway. Obviously, not just thinking, oh, he played bad then, so not sign him. Where are we at with this, man? I don't know what to say anymore about this guy. I'm in a situation where I just think, that he's a decent player. He could have levels at City, but he also might not have levels. And if he doesn't have levels, we're going to spend 60, 70 million quid on a guy that doesn't have levels. And I just think it's a bit of a risky move. I'm not saying it's not a good move. I'm not, but at the same time, it doesn't get me excited, boys. I don't know. Who wants to start us off on this?
I'll touch on it, bro. First of all, yeah. Big up everyone again. It's been a minute. I've not been optimistic about Gibbs-White. I've not really made much secrets of that either, if you listen to me on Spaces or whatever. Because, I've seen a bit of him and I've not got that maverick feel, which is my favourite way to describe an attacking footballer, because they're the type of footballers I like. You know what I mean? He hasn't given me that feel. But after having watched him with a close, keen eye today, I, for one, I'm very impressed with his performance today. I'll put that out there to begin with. I liked his touches.
Tonight.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at that.
No, I'm deadly serious, especially that first half. What did you guys not like the first half? Did you think it was a bit dead?
I just didn't see much.
I just thought it was two average teams, pretty much.
Shit. It was a shit game of football.
Did you not think Elliot Anderson was miles better than him in the whole game?
In that first half, no chance. Listen, I've seen some lovely touches, man. I don't know what you man are watching, to be honest. I've seen some great touches. I see some nice through balls. He should have had a pre-assist in that first half. I've seen some nice touches, man. I see a guy that, he's not exactly got a bare flair about him, so he's not that exciting. But I can see him fitting into my team at this point, man. I really can. Genuinely.
He is steady, isn't he? He's steady.
I'm really surprised.
Nobody got excited about signing Gareth Barry, did they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? You need players
this
like that.
This ain't no Gary Barry, bro.
No, but he's steady. He's steady without being a world beating. We need those players. People just can't see it. And I'll go back to what I said about a month ago. If we'd have already signed Wirtz by now, and the next player off the list was Morgan Gibbs-White, nobody would be saying a fucking word about him in a negative way. They're like, oh yeah, get him through the door, but it's because everyone's got an add-on for Wirtz, and it's not done yet. And everyone's saying you can't do this, you can't do that. We need Wirtz through the door, or else it's dead season, dead club. That's the problem. That's what's putting people off. It's skewing people's opinions on it, because I don't think he was bad tonight. He weren't great, but he has got a good touch on him. He can pass the ball.
I've seen great things.
Yeah, he's good.
Let me tell you now, I've seen great things.
And get him in a better team, he'll do better.
You know what I think it is for me, guys, as well? There's something beautiful about simplicity. Isn't there?
Do you not think we're just trying to find the good things now, because we're pretty much forgetting
I feel like that's
I think he's clinging to things a little. When I watched him tonight, I don't know where I thought he was fucking average, man. I thought
it works both ways, and a game
maybe it does work both ways. If you've already got
the positives, the bad side of positives.
If you've already got it in here, meh, as LB describes him, meh. If you've already got that, then you're gonna be picking holes at him as well. You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually trying to look for good things. I'm trying to look for good things as well.
And there wasn't a lot there to go off. Give me some examples of what he did good today,
Bro, in that first half, man, I've seen some beautiful passes, some nice through balls. I like to see a through ball.
Progressive passes, it's a progressive. Like I showed LB that graph before, he's a good progressive passer. He looks forward with the ball.
He's a clever player, man.
Yeah, he is.
I really don't see it, man. I think if we're gonna get Morgan Gibbs-White's level to come in, if he was to come into Manchester City, I would take him probably as the kind of Kovacic role the last few years before this season, where he's kind of in and out of the team as like a backup number 8. But for us to pay fucking upwards of 60 million for a player like that, who I probably look at and watch, and he's not even the player Kovacic was when we bought him, who'd won like Champions Leagues and things like that. So
United paid 60 million quid for Mason Mount.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a
L move.
No, but the thing is, being a good deal in comparison to that Mount deal does not make this a good deal.
No, I'm not saying people. That's the going rate. That was the going rate 4 years ago for an English midfielder. Going rate. It was an average midfielder. That's the going rate. If you can nick him for 60, I reckon that's saving money on the English market. Like, you just have to. They are the sort of price you pay for English players in the Premier League who are doing well. That's what you got to do. How much do you want Gahey for? 75 million.
I think Forest
can't get away from
such a purple patch this season, and I think they're starting to show actually the level that they're at, and the players are starting to show the level that they're at as well. The last couple of weeks, they've not been able to sustain this purple patch all season, and I think that we're going to be a victim of kind of believing in the hype that we've seen all year with some of these players. Because let's get it straight, right? It's not like he's 19, 20, 21 years old. Where's he been like before this year? In fucking relegation battles, man. And like we'd not seen him do anything before this season, and he's had an all right year. But I think they're starting to show the level now, Forest, and they've fallen off, man.
I truly believe, Jay, bro. I think you're right about Forest, 100%, bro. I think next season they're not gonna be any better than a mid-table team. But I think Morgan Gibbs-White is better than Forest.
I think he's better than Forest.
He probably is. Yeah.
Is he City level?
But is he at the level of where City want to get back to, where we want to be challenging for multiple trophies every single year again? And do we really need this guy starting in this team? When
You know what the harsh reality is as well, boys? Yeah, the harsh reality is as well is that this guy actually starts in our midfield. Like, no matter what you think of him, he starts in our midfield next season.
Yeah, but that's only because the standards are on the floor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if they're at my thing is, I don't think this guy's a bad player. Yeah, I have to keep saying this, innit? Because people don't listen. I don't think this guy's a bad player. I think he's a good football player. I do. And I think if he come in and played at his normal level at City, it'd be okay. But I know some people don't hear this, but we're a team that wants to be winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. And is he going to take us there? I think there might be that next level. The question is, can he take that next step and get even better under Pep? Maybe.
I think there is a next level there, bro.
I think there is. I think that's what they're seeing him. They see it. They must see it. If they want him, they see it.
They got that level. Got that gear.
Yeah, but right, let's look at it, right? Most players, barring Calvin Phillips, who people will just bring that glaring obvious thing with under Pep, that the only one that's not worked really is him, I guess. If you look at all the other players that Pep signed, he's got an extra 20, 25%, sometimes more out of them. If you can squeeze an extra 25% out of Morgan Gibbs-White, we've got a player that is going to get us over the line in a lot of games. So there's nothing to suggest that we're not going to get it out of him, because let's say 8, 9 times out of 10 we usually get it right in midfield with players, barring Calvin Phillips. People say Núñez, but he's doing all right now, So it's not like he's completely finished.
But so again, that's a risk in it as well.
But that's what you got to do. You got to take risks. We've took risks on other players before.
Yeah, but I think
we just have to, Jay.
But during the rebuild, we had a swing and a miss last summer. We had pretty much a swing and a miss after the treble. You can't fuck up 3 times in a row. I'd argue that you can't take risks.
I think that means that we need to sign people who are ready now. I don't really want to put my fucking all into people that might improve and get to this level and add another 25, 50%. I want players that are proven now and playing at a world-class level, that are even like your fucking Newcastle midfielders now. Everyone in the world can see how fucking good those guys are week in, week out. And it's not a risk for us to go, we might improve under Pep and it's 25% extra. Because I think we need to get people, especially if they're going to come straight into that midfield free, like everyone's saying, they've got to be ready now to fucking hit the ground running.
You know what I think the only thing this guy's missing is, Jay, I think he might not bring you goals. I think that's the one thing I can say about him, because he's not got a history of scoring goals, but I think he's got technical ability. I think he's extremely physical. I think he's tenacious. And I think he can press very well as well.
Yeah.
And he is fit. He's a fit lad. He don't miss games. He plays every week. And for a team that has suffered a lot of injuries, we need legs. We need people that are going to be there. He might not be a 9.5 out of 10 every week, but if he's doing a 7 and an 8 every week, and he's always in and around that, and he's reliable, then that's what we need. We can't all sit here and say we haven't suffered because of injuries, because we fucking have. We all can see it. The back four's been depleted. When we've let De Bruyne is doing 30% of the games this season, we need them players. We just need them. So you can sit there all you want and say he's not this, he's not that, but we need players. We need players that are going to be there.
He does have his qualities, like I say. I just don't think he's up to that. I just don't think he's up to that level that everyone.
We don't know. We don't know, but the trajectory suggests that we're going to get more out of him than what he's got now.
Do you think though? Because like, how old is he? Is he 25?
He's not going to get worse, is he? He's 26, isn't he? He's not going to get worse under Pep.
What I mean,
very rare.
He's already 25, right? He's an English player who's got fucking less international caps than Rico Lewis has. Do you know what I mean? And he's 25 years old. Like, that's just screams to me that not only I not see it as the level that people think he is, but obviously, like, he's not even getting a sniff in the national team, who have been fucking shite for the last few years and boring as fuck to watch. Do you know what I mean? So I just don't, and especially the money that we're asking for. And I know it's not my money and all this shit, but I just can't. And I've desperately tried to look for like the positives in it, even in the game.
Did you not see nice things in that first half?
Not really, Steve. No, I think he was really.
I'd love to have watched it with you. You know.
You won't see it when you're looking for negatives, mate.
Like LB said, I think.
No, but I wasn't looking for negatives.
I wasn't looking for negatives.
I don't think Elliot Anderson was as good as Gibbs-White.
You had a live rating on your channel at the time saying
what you think his rating is. LB, it went down like 2 ticks.
Of course, you were looking for negatives. You were subliminally looking and thinking.
No, I was looking for positives, man. I was looking for positives, and the positives that I got from it was this Elliot Anderson, who was next to him, was balling out.
So he was looking for negatives compared to the player.
I think for the start, Elliot Anderson was playing deeper than him, wasn't he? So
yeah, but
Gibbs-White's got less space, first of all.
Yeah, but Gibbs-White dropped deep pure times. Gibbs-White dropped deep quite a lot. I don't know, man. I just think
I seen him spray it out wide as well, nicely. You see them sprays?
If you see what he did in that game today,
the weight of pass.
And look at the players he's playing with. He's got Chris Wood up there. He's got other donkeys in the team. In our team, he's got world-class players in literally every other position who are going to show for the ball, who are going to be making valuable runs and valuable contributions. He's literally got to try and drag that team kicking and screaming over the line.
The key name as well is Rodri. Rodri is going to elevate his game as well, having that solidity behind him and the passing as well from Rodri. He's going to elevate our whole squad.
Think of the options that he's going to have. Think of the options he's going to have when he's got on the ball. He's going to have so many options, and he's going to be able to play off passes.
I really don't. I'm really surprised at how this has gone, to fair, because even after the game tonight, which I thought was I think it was 2 average sides at best with very average attacking lineups.
It was a shit game.
Cancelling each other out. Like I was really underwhelmed by fucking everyone, to be honest. So I'm kind of surprised that his stock's gone up. in this conversation.
You know what I seen in the first 2 minutes? You know what I seen him do as well? I seen him like just body some kid, bro. And I'm like, right, and he kept holding the ball. And I'm just seeing that in a City shirt, innit? Because I've not seen that all season, bro. And you know, there's so many things that I think he can bring to us. Like, nice. Listen, this guy he might not be a starter every week, but that's the good thing about him as well. He's not going to see his ass, is he? He's not going to expect to play every week as well. So the sporting directors are probably looking at that, thinking like, you know, this guy, you know, he's not going to bring too much of like a negative ego. He's going to hold bench sometimes. He's going to, isn't he?
You're going to fight for a place. This is what you want. You need players fighting for places, especially when you're losing players. And you're losing players with injuries. We need players that are going to fight. I'm going to be up for a challenge. And he's going to think about where he is in his stage of his career. What is he, 26? He's had a good season for Forest, right? He's just got in the international squad. You know, he's hanging around there now on merit. You know, he's going to want to take that next step. And what is the next step from someone who's challenging for European places, which Forest have done this season?
Yeah, I hear it.
So the next step for that is a top 4 team, and we are that top 4 team. You know, if he went to Arsenal, he'd probably have a good chance there. You know, Newcastle are there, Liverpool. These are sort of next steps up. You're telling me he's not capable of that? I don't know.
This is where I hear the boys' concerns, because like you said, top 4 team, and like the boys are you know, they're looking to be champions, innit?
He's going to want that. I mean, look, he's going to want that. He's going to try and take it, or he's not. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He's not the first.
We want to be in it, Danny. We want to be champions, bro.
Yeah, we do. So if he's a top 4 level player, is he really good enough then?
And I don't even see Forest as a European challenging team, man. They're a mid-table team who overachieved this year due to a system. I think they've rode the luck quite a lot this season as well. Obviously, they've grinded out a few decent results, but like I said, I think they're showing the level now of what they're really at the last few weeks. So I think the purple patch is over.
They're like COVID Leicester when they bottle the top 4 at the end of the season twice in a row.
Yeah,
they're just
they're on that level. Yeah, they're a top 8. They're a top 8 team on the fact that they pay big wages and they spend a lot of money. That's where they are now. They are a top, but they've forced their way into that top 8 situation because of that. They've got the financial power and they've got the wages to pay it. That's
the one thing that I'll say about this guy, I don't think he's a Phillips. I don't think he's going to come in and flop. Yeah, my question is, can he come in and elevate us back to that level that we want to be at? And that's where I have my doubts. Like
that level's not far away, LB.
No, but like when you're talking those small percentages, do you know what I'm saying? Coming in and elevate, like Bernardo Silva came in from Monaco and elevated. De Bruyne coming from Wolfsburg off a fucking unbelievable season and elevated. John Stones come from Everton, cooked, elevated. All these players have come in at a good level and then elevated, got even better. And that's why I won the treble, because we had world-class players. I think this guy's a good player. Yeah, and if he comes in and plays like he can play, I think he'll be all right. But I think we'll be looking for a new midfielder in 18 months. That's my point, is can he do that elevation? We'll have to wait and see, man. I just think it's a bit of a risk. Like, it's a risky signing. It's going to be a lot of money.
And this guy cannot be the KDB replacement.
He's not going to be. Right?
Yeah,
he's not going to be, Jay. You can't replace De Bruyne anyway for a start. That's never going to happen.
People
are trying to do that.
I've not heard anything else.
But you won't hear anything else, because that's what people seem to think it is. De Bruyne's going the first person for the door has got to be his replacement. Nobody thinks that, and everyone knows it's going to be a Wirtz type play. That will be that.
I fucking hope so.
These sort of I've said before, them transfers like Wirtz take time to get through the door. It's massive. It's the biggest transfer that's going to happen in the world in the next year. It's not going to be done in 5 minutes. The speculation will roll, and the fact that LB said it, the fact that we're sniffing around the Champions League spots, and as soon as that gets cemented, you're probably going to think that something's going to happen. He knows Bayern Munich's trajectory where they're going to be at.
Yeah,
it'd be very stupid to go to Real Madrid, even if they got the money to buy him. So I reckon it's just a straight race between us and Bayern. And once he realises what City are about next year and to celebrate, and we're in the Champions League for next year and we're back in, then I think, there is no better option to come to us. So it's that one there will come over the line. But in terms of Gibbs-White, people are just, I get it. I get people have got PTSD from Calvin Phillips. I do. I understand that completely. But we get things right more than we don't. So, have a bit of faith. Is a kid that if he comes in and he has a decent career at City, let's say 6-7 years, we'll have done all right in that time.
Yeah,
we can't replace KDB. We can't replace KDB. Nobody can. Nobody can replace him. We've had an absolute unicorn there. He's the greatest player we've ever had. I mean, he's been in our generations, you know what I mean? Do you think City fans 40 years ago thought they'd ever replace Colin Bell? They probably didn't. They probably were going through the same stuff and they had 30 years of shit, whereas we're lucky that we've had the 10 years that we've had now. So, swings and roundabouts, you just got to accept that times are changing, man. We're just going to have to get what we can where we can.
Another thing I'll say as well is that, like, I don't think you should think that we're not going to get another midfielder either. I think we're going to get another midfielder as well.
I hope so. It's just hard for me to believe it until I see fucking guys in City shirts, man.
This is early business, bro.
I just get caught up with the bullshit and then just get disappointed in the end. So unless I see Wirtz doing his walkout at the fucking City Stadium, man, then this is at the moment I believe that Morgan Gibbs-White is our fucking Kevin De Bruyne replacement, because I've not seen anything else to believe that anything else is true. And on that basis, I just think it's an L at the moment.
But you know what gives me the optimism, Jay, is that I'm seeing like advanced talks before the windows even come, bro. So I'm looking at it. I'm thinking early business. Yeah, you get one through the door, good and fast, and then you still got the whole summer in it.
Yeah,
so if we're making moves now, bro. If we're making moves now, we're going to be making more moves to come.
Yeah, and the Wirtz thing as well. Now that their league is wrapped up. I think you'll start hearing. I don't think Leverkusen really wanted anything coming out properly until that league was like officially done. Now Bayern have like officially won the league. I think you might hear some more stuff.
Yeah, business will be top of the agenda now.
Shout out to my future manager as well.
They want to know where they are for next year. Who's here, who's not. Managers stuff. They'll want to get shit done as well. You know, they're a top
all
player.
our best transfer windows have been defined by proactivity. I mean, the treble one, we signed Haaland in like April. The 17-18 one, we signed Bernardo while the season was still going. I'm just happy to see the board being proactive because last transfer window, that was our issue. We waited, and it became Gundogan or no one. And it completely fucked us. So
I think it gets me thinking you guys would never have survived in the days of teletext when you're getting announcements of players on there. And finding out the next day you signed a player when he stood there with a City shirt in the newspaper the next day. You know, you would never.
Why the fuck have we signed him for, man?
He's just joking. We signed there on a free transfer. Yeah, you would never have coped, lads. You would never have survived those days.
You know, the thing is with the Gundogan one, Danny, I don't think we were like we weren't proactive for the simple reason because they weren't looking for someone in it. Like they thought we're sweet now, but now they know that things need to be done. So I believe that, you know, if they got reason to be proactive, then they will be. But I think like with that scenario, you know, it's just a case of we'll take Gundogan as an addition. Not that we needed him. I think we thought we were sweet in it. But
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair point.
Let me have a look at some of these chats that have come in. They go to Dr. Foot. He says, Joe again slandering Docu, man, shaking my head. Bray, trust docs.
Another assist for our boy in the last game.
Yeah.
You know, some people, Jay, were trying to call you a hater, man. I said, Jay's not on that. So if any one of them man are watching tonight, Jay ain't hating, man.
Exactly.
Jay knows what he's looking at.
Exactly. I know exactly what I've seen in that guy, man, and he's proved us right again. And Joe got a tweet straight away as soon as the goal went in.
Yeah. Nah, that's mad, man. It's funny. Shout out again. It says, fuck's sake, tried to profile the super chat. Didn't work. Built to you, bro.
Yeah.
Karl says, yeah, nah, definitely don't do that, man. Zine Karl says, isn't the caliber of player City should be signing? Says Zine Karl with the 2. Okay. Alternative opinion says James says, you'll weep about the standards of the club, but Morgan Gibbs-White is more established and wanted than almost the majority of our treble side was when we signed them. Our best signings are these type of players, says James.
Come again.
Listen, I would argue, in fairness, that Morgan Gibbs-White's not particularly a wanted guy. I mean, we want him. Is anyone else looking for him? I don't know.
Because we're first to the table, I think, no one's interested now because we know that.
Right.
If City were in for him now, I guarantee you, if City was never ever linked with him, I guarantee you'd be linked to someone else because they'll be first at the table.
Either. Think about that treble team, like everyone who wanted Grealish and fucking Mahrez after his Leicester season, Haaland, and do you know what I mean? KDB.
You can't take our players, Jay, because
BS, man.
we were the Dons. You can't take from the Dons.
Yeah, I don't believe in that statement whatsoever. I think it's
nice try though, James.
Yeah.
Interesting views. Big up James. Big up Sturdy, who says Morgan Gibbs-White is a Spurs level player. He can't start at City. Okay.
Right. Well, let's think about that then. Right. Look, our midfield now. Who does he not start over in our midfield right now?
Oh no, he starts over all our midfield.
He does. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean signing.
That, but I think that says more about fucking what our midfield is like now,
correct.
rather than how good he is.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's an L for our midfield now. But in reality, I want our midfield to look completely fucking different next year. You know what I mean? And we don't want to be going into every game with Kovacic, Bernardo, Gundogan starting all fucking 50 years old.
Go back to that previous one, mate. Or speak on it.
What, the super chat?
Yeah, the previous super chat. Yeah, about Spurs.
Spurs one second. I'll have to find it in a second.
He's saying he's a Spurs level player.
Spurs level player.
And he doesn't start in our team. That's what it says. Yeah.
There's I don't know if you guys. I saw it LB before. There's a graph going around of the most progressive passes of players per 90 that in the thing.
And ball carries as well.
Ball carries. Have you seen where Kulusevski is? He's like on a different fucking planet, like Haaland used to be, and all these sorts.
I like Kulusevski, man.
I love Kulusevski.
LB, have you got that graph there?
What do you want?
You've got that graph that I sent you this afternoon.
Yeah, bring that graph up at the graph at some point.
Yeah, people need to see what Kulusevski's stats are like.
I remember watching
a Spurs level player.
Mahrez went, and I thought he'd be a good option, and he's fucking been minting the 10 this year for Spurs as well. It's just the injury proneness a bit. That's a bit.
Yeah, I showed this today with Nobbin. So this is the graph, innit?
Whoa.
So you see the Gibbs-White there. It's basically how many key passes he plays per 90 and how fat and how progressive he runs with the ball. So it's basically how much of an aggressive dribbler versus how good his passes are. Look at Kulusevski there. He's on a different planet. So
he always plays
talking about Spurs level players.
Talking
about Spurs level players. There's your Spurs level player. And Madison's
there
as well.
Kulusevski's better than Spurs. He could make it at most top teams.
But he does. I said to Steve before. He does run like he's in treacle, doesn't he? He is.
Yeah, he's slow.
He is an hard
He
runner.
does.
He does run difficultly.
Yeah, but so here's the thing, with the Gibbs-White. When you see the stats like this, I'm like, yo, if this guy can go up a level and still produce these sort of numbers, top player on our hands.
But if he can produce those numbers at City, you're going to see.
Yeah, the question is, can he come to City and improve by 10, 15, 20%? If he can, mint player, we're going to be buzzing. If he can't, meh. We're probably going to be looking for a new midfielder in 18 months, 2 years.
Look at those other players in that list, though. There, like I can see Wharton off the top of my head there. I can see Caicedo. Everyone raised about him. Fernandez.
Like, gas that guy up to me, man.
You know what I mean? But like, Gravenberch is in there. He's better than Declan Rice. So it's like the stats. That literally shows to me why City have kind of got the interest in him.
Where's Bruno Fernandes?
That blue one there under Madison.
Blue one.
Oh,
if you're looking at that as an analyst, you're thinking, there's something in that. Stats don't lie.
I love Morgan Rogers, man. I think he's fucking mega.
See, I'd rather have Gibbs-White than Morgan Rogers.
Fuck off, really?
I would as well, I would as well, bro.
Rogers is well better than Gibbs-White.
I genuinely would rather have Gibbs-White than Morgan Rogers.
Two different players, man.
I think for what we need, I think Gibbs-White's better for what we need.
Oh, no way. I can't get behind that at all.
I genuinely do.
Rogers is clear of Gibbs-White, man.
Nah, I'm telling you, man. I think Gibbs-White is
clear.
Yeah, I honestly think he's miles better than Gibbs-White.
Nah,
I think he's got a big ceiling, but I think for what we're looking for, I think Gibbs-White's probably better than
Rogers isn't the greatest on the ball, whereas we don't need somebody who's direct. We don't need that. We're not built for a Rogers type player.
We need these passes, man. These sick
aggressive passes per 90. Look at that Hutchinson there, to be fair. Didn't he play for Leicester?
Yeah, Marvin Hutchinson. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's putting in some...
No, they played for Chelsea.
Ipswich, isn't it?
Ipswich.
Yeah, Ipswich.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Players like that, he'll probably the one that goes to replace Gibbs-White if he goes.
The guy says, excuse LB, he's sick. Yeah, man. Let me finish these super chats, man.
Yeah, man.
Bill Clark says, add signing Morgan Gibbs-White to Nunes, Cover, and the Grealish list, says Clark. You got to let him kick the ball.
Sorry, mate. When I interrupted you, was on Craig.
What? You know what though?
When I interrupted you, was just about to read a Craig party time one out. So
Craig was talking about PSR, saying we've got 380 million PSR capacity. So yeah, that's a lot of money.
If it's true, that's great. But
yeah, Rodrigo, similar fee, 90 to 100 mil. Yeah, but he's a winger, innit?
Yeah, he's nowhere close to
well. That's another LB favourite player who's absolutely garbage.
I'm having him, me. I think he's mint.
Rodrigo, do you know and LB, you love fucking G&A as well. Have you seen this guy's fucking G&A this year? It's shit.
No. I like G&A, but it's not the be all and end all.
For our wingers, it needs to be though, because none of them have done it. So if you to bring in another winger who doesn't have G&A, then we've just got all the same.
I'll wait till 2026 personally. I'll wait till 2026 for a winger and see what Savio, Doku, and Bob are saying this year. And if we don't have at least one of them or maybe two of them at like a high level, then 2026 I'll pull the trigger on a new winger. But I'll probably wait on that one. Mm-hmm. Unless like someone legit, like if Kvaratskhelia was available this summer, then obviously
it's not top of the priority list though, is it?
But yeah, there's more priorities. No. We've got other fires we need to sort out first, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big up Z Karl. Big up Sturdy says Grealish in midfield. He's absolutely clear of him.
He's clear of Gibbs-White.
Yeah.
Sturdy's bringing agendas tonight, isn't he?
I think Grealish is good in midfield, but yeah.
I think Grealish is a bit mid in midfield. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't see it. Dr. Footy says 100 guys versus Gorilla. Sacrifice LB will win, Bray, says Dr.
Now
Footy.
that's a debate we need to have later on because I'm ready to fucking die on this hill later. So when we get to the end, we can all discuss this properly.
I think I agree. I think I agree with your standpoint.
I seen Ian Pulpy hating on Twitter, man, when I did my.
Bro, don't worry. We'll get there. I've got new evidence. I've got the printer out, innit?
That can be our finishing topic.
Yeah. All right. Big up Dr. Footy. And the final one from Matthew says, if they come on back and Gibbs-White, Diogo Costa, judge them on how they play for City, not how I think. Bro, I did the whole thing. When we were signing Phillips, I didn't want this guy at all. As soon as he signed, I'm like, I'll back him, innit? But like, I give my opinion, innit? Everyone's got the right to have their opinion before. But what I think when they sign, back them. And then if they turn out to be shit, then fair dues, you know what I mean? But I did the same.
Yeah, regardless, we're always going to back them, aren't they? Like, we obviously have all got to discuss Gibbs-White now because of all the news and the rumours and shit like that. But obviously, if it becomes a City player, we're all going to fucking get behind the guy, innit? There's no hate here.
You'd think so. You'd think so.
What I'll give him a few games at least.
You'd think so, mate, yeah.
I'll give him the Community Shield, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah, big up Matthew, man. Guys, smash these likes up if you've not done so already. Yeah, Cambiaso, that's another one, boys, that we've been linked to heavily. I think this is a done deal. Played last night. People said he was really good on the ball. Some people said he wasn't too great defensively. He seems to be a passive defender, which I've kind of gone away from. But yeah, Cambiaso. Well, the question is, speaking a bit with Nobbins this morning, is do you think we're signing Cambiaso and then going to sign a right back, or do you think we're signing Cambiaso and going to sign a left back? Or what do you think it's going to go? Because we've not really been linked with any right backs. We got linked with Kirkes like 2 weeks ago, which I don't think is legit. And now
Ait-Nouri as well.
And Ait-Nouri has been linked. So is the plan to buy Cambiaso and put him at right back, which actually he's not played that many games there. He's played like 30 games there. He's played most of his games on left back. So, yeah, what do you reckon City are thinking here with the wing backs, boys? Because I think we definitely need two fullbacks, in my opinion.
I reckon, he probably is a right back, innit? Yeah.
He kind of is 2 fullbacks in one.
Yeah.
So you're saying we're not signing 2 fullbacks?
I think signing him frees up Rico Lewis to play further forward. We'll probably never see him play at the back again. To be fair, if that's the case, and he can play right and left, I would sign our left back as well, and have.
Yeah, I think so.
He needs to.
Him and a left back, I think.
Yeah.
And I think
if sorry, Jay. If Cambiaso comes in, I think you'll see somebody like a Kanji would just move on. I think that frees up somebody to go out the back.
Can't get rid of a
Kanji.
I
think it will. I think it will.
I think a Kanji would be the other right back.
Yeah, I think
Kanji would be the other right back. I think it'll be a Kanji. Cambiaso, obviously, Nunes can do it there, and then we'll obviously sign the left back with Cambiaso who can play there as well as on top of Nico O'Reilly. So that would give us kind of 3 options then, and I think Akanji does need to stay as that option.
I think so, but I think that's what.
I think that's his best position.
You sign those 2 fullbacks, you lose your centre backs. I think that's it. Simple as that.
You have to lose a centre back.
I think he comes in as a
if you sign those 2 fullbacks, you lose your centre back.
I think Vita Hayes gets loaned out. That's what I think happens.
Well, I agree. I wasn't even counting him in that. I think if you sign the 2 fullbacks, you're going to lose a centre back.
I think Ake or Stones goes before Diaz. Yeah. I mean before Akanji.
Well, one of them 3. It's just going to be Stones.
The intrusive. You let the intrusive thoughts, wouldn't they?
That Freud slip, man. Get out of my head.
It's going to be one of Stones, Ake, or sorry, I got me at it now. Stones, Ake, or Akanji. One of them's going to leave if you sign 2 fullbacks.
I don't think it can be Akanji that leads, because I think he's the more reliable of the 2 there.
Agreed.
Ake and Stones.
As a fullback as well. Yeah.
I actually think that Akanji is a bit unfairly treated by a lot of City fans. I think he was absolutely fantastic when he came on the other day. Absolutely,
he was
fantastic.
But it's solid, wasn't he?
I think what makes him dispensable is the fact that we didn't pay much money for him. In the eyes of fans, you think, well, we got him on the cheap, so you can let him go. We don't really miss it because he didn't cost a lot. When in reality, he probably is the more reliable out of those 3.
100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let anyone leave in that defence other than Hayes on loan. I just wouldn't. And go into the season, with 2 new fullbacks, and I'd have Gvardiol, Diaz, Huzanov, Akanji, and then Ake and Stones.
I mean, you can never have enough defenders, and we've learned that the hard way this season.
That's 6, because I know that Ake and Stones are going to be injured at the same point at some point.
What's their contract situation, Ake and Stones? I'm just not up to that.
Stones next year, Ake the year after.
So likelihood. So yes, you probably guarantee Stones is gone in the next 18
So
months.
I think the way I'd play this now, is this summer I'd loan out Hayes and I'd loan Juma Bar out, loan them both out, and then next summer Stones, thanks for everything, see you later, on a free transfer, and then I look at Bar, I look at Hayes and go, right, our review's ready now to step up, and if one of them is buzzing, bring them in. If not, then you've obviously got to make it. And I think at that point we then look at how Diaz is performing. Has he got back to his world-class levels, or is he still like at sort of average level? You look at Akanji, and I think at that point you decide, right, do we go big and buy a brand new top dog Rolls-Royce right-sided centre-back to play next to Gvardiol, Or do we just bring in another Akanji 2.0 to just
Oh, that
fill
would
in
have
the
been Gustav,
ideas?
mate. That Rolls Royce right side.
Well, maybe Hudson
Yeah.
could be that guy as well. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with him. I think what we need to do, we need to realize, that we've got as much as like Diaz is maybe like there's been some debates on Diaz. Like if he can get back to his world class level, then you're chilling. You've got Huzanov who looks mad promising. You got Jumabara who looks mad promising. I just think what City don't want to do now is rush in this summer, buy another centre back, and when you don't really need to, just give it a year. Let everything chill. Let's give Huzanov a full season. Let him learn the language. Let's see what Jumabara's saying. And then 2026, then we assess the situation. And if we need to go big, we go big. If not, we got some players we can deal with these guys chilling. But yeah, I don't think we sign a centre back. Let Hayes go on loan, Jumabara go on loan, and next summer, let's assess the situation. But next summer, John Stones is probably going to leave, man.
Yeah,
I think Cambiaso comes in as a left back. You haven't seen Vardio play there in weeks. I feel like O'Reilly's almost a placeholder because you're not going to play him in the highest of high leverage games next year, are you?
So what do you do with the right back then? Do you sign a right back?
Okay, you're right. Then again, Nunes.
You have to sign a right back.
Yeah, I think you've got to get one of each. Yeah,
I'm just.
That's why I think he covers both. That's why I think he could play both. I think he comes in to play both. He can just do the old Phil
probably
Neville
could do both.
Right back where you want, mate. Just do a job and crack on with it.
The old Danilo role.
The old Dennis Irwin start play. Just come in, just do what you need to do, and you play 1 week left back, 1 week right back, and you'll play. And they expect you to do the same thing on both sides. He looks like he's that good to be able to do that. Yeah. The perfect utility player.
He'll probably invert as well, won't he? Which he can do
that's
sides, which he can do.
He's more likely to just be
rather than the bomb flying winger.
Yeah. In possession, he'll be a midfielder, whereas out of possession, he'll just be on either fullback position.
And it don't really matter what side you play on, what to play in that position, does it? So I think that he probably is versatile enough to do both jobs.
This would be interesting.
I love fucking Ait-Nouri, man. Even after the City game even after the game we beat him the other day, that guy's such a fucking baller on the ball, man.
Yeah.
And even like he's shooting and everything, the guy's shit hot. I was surprised that he's only 23 as well.
I was about to say that. He looks about 30, doesn't he?
Yeah, so I'm all over. If that's a real thing, I'm all over that for a signing, because he's the perfect pet player, man. He's that good and confident on the ball. The guy's always trying to like fucking dribble out and shit, isn't he? Like, I think
it'd be interesting to see how far back the links to him were, because I've heard like rumors about Ait-Nouri for a while.
Yeah,
probably last season, right? I've heard rumors about him.
I swear we were linked to him when he was still at Angers in France. I swear we were.
Yeah, I'll do it now. I've got the. You can have a look on the say extra, isn't it?
Algerian mafia.
We're down. He's been around for ages on our list.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a while. 2022.
22. Yeah.
So 3 years. Really? It's pretty much 3 years.
He's fucking quality, mate. He's actually fucking quality.
Yeah, and I think, like if you're talking about a player that we've bought who's decent and gone levels, Ait-Nouri for me, he's 23 years old. And for me, I'd say now he's a top level left back. Not low class, he's a top level left back. And he's 23. If you imagine you give him Pep for the next couple of years, I think this guy could go levels. Levels, man. Yeah, I mean, he's got 1 year left on his contract. Some people did say they've got a +1, so it might be technically be 2. I'm not sure how that works. But you can probably get him for 40 million quid. And then you have left back Ait-Nouri. You'd have Cambiaso who can play left back. And then Cambiaso can also play right back. And then you've still got Akanji who can play right back as well. And I just think that'd be good.
If I'm going to play a guy like Ait-Nouri, I think he's an absolutely brilliant player as well. I think he's so techie. High level techie. Even if he was a winger, he'd be one of the techiest wingers about. He's so good on the ball.
Oh yeah,
he'll bring you a goal and assist. But if I was going to go down that route, you might want to consider putting like Akanji at right back and then playing him like a centre half, because obviously, exactly, you need him freed up in that case, isn't it?
So we've got Ait-Nouri in the league, Kirkes and Anthony Robinson.
Yeah,
which. I mean, I've always said I'd love Robinson, but I wouldn't be so bothered.
I'd go Ait-Nouri, bro. For me,
I'd go Ait-Nouri.
I mean,
I think
some left backs just come out of nowhere, right? And in his last 18 months in this league,
Kirkes has only played one season. Yeah, I think Ait-Nouri for me has got the highest serious baller potential.
But that feels like recency bias. Were you saying that before Friday though?
I think his technical ability is clear.
Surely, been praised it.
I think I've been on the panel before.
You mentioned him a few times, bro.
Yeah. and saying that
Fair
I
enough.
liked him before this year. So
I also want to say I
I
found tweets from 2020, so I was right. We have been linked with him for like 5 years.
Wow, 2020, yeah, mad.
Yeah.
His
I-
technical
I-
ability is
I
clear.
still
though.
prefer Robinson, though. I think he's got more
Yeah.
to his game.
And he's
I
on.
think he's more well-rounded, but I don't.
Yeah,
know
he's
if
got more. He's so
I
good.
don't know
at
if he
other things.
suits our system as well as Ait-Nouri does.
I think
don't
that's probably
he's
why I would never go for him, because I
technically
just
good
don't
on the
think
ball,
he is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's probably
And
more
he's
well-rounded
homegrown
in
too,
terms of
so that would be
attacking
why
and
I did it.
defending.
But
Yeah, the thing is with Ait-Nouri, whenever someone's mentioned him, I've always like pulpit out and Jay. I've always thought this guy's like 28, 29.
he looks 30 and about. He looks
looks
30 like
pure
he's
old.
fucked every time
I
you see
only
him.
watched
Yeah.
it today on stream with Nobbins. I got it up and I was like, yo, this guy's 23.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, that's a madness, because that he's already at that level where if you give him a year or two with Pep, this guy could be one of the best left backs in the world, and then you've got him for the next 5 years after that. I'm like,
He's
I'd be very
that age
surprised.
profile. He's that age profile where he's a lifer. You get 10 years out of him.
Yeah.
Even if he costs you 50 mil, you get 10 years out of him.
Is
And
he
I
ever
think
going to
it's
be a
like-
brilliant defender though? Is that the one thing that
I think
we're not really bothered about? Or?
I don't think
he's
there was
Karl
any.
White.
There was no threat down his side. One of our weak sides of the game. The other day was probably our right hand side. I don't like Marmoush playing out there, but there was no threat. There was no threat coming down that side at all. It was all on the opposite wing, wasn't it? So I don't look at him and think, oh, he can't handle it defensively, because there wasn't.
I'm not suggesting he can't either. By the way,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Normally you get these guys that are so technically gifted. Typically, they don't have that
They
defensive
lack
map
that
out
part
about
of
them.
the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe there's some stats will come out that could.
That's why I like that Robinson, because he can defend. He is up there with all the defensive stats this year in terms of like defender.
I seen Semenyo twist him up though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've always thought Ait-Nouri is just like an all right defender. Like, and I think for City in the league, maybe Champions League's a bit different, and obviously that's why we won the Champions League when we had that fucking sick back four. But in the league, I don't think you need to be at City a world class defender.
We have the ball,
you have world class defenders. We have world class defenders. You just need him to be functional at left back, don't you?
I think Champions League it becomes much more of a, and that's why we've had this conversation about goalkeepers in the league. You take Edison all day long. In the Champions League, you're probably taking Courtois, aren't you? I mean, look at Donnarumma in these last few games, man, in the Champions League. Fucking unbelievable.
Saved them, yeah.
Do you get me? So, maybe, I don't know, man, but that'll be interesting.
We've missed this, though, bro. We've missed this GNA outlet from the fullback positions. Cancelo get your goal out of nothing, man.
Yeah.
Goal out of nothing. Ait-Nouri can do the same, because he can twist up their defenders and just get through. And
He should have scored against us. He post, didn't he?
Yeah, and
I missed that
Guardiola
rebound,
yeah.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
I think he's him, man. I think that's a no-brainer, especially if you talk about the fee being as low as that. I think it's a no-brainer. He's got.
Has he got a release clause or something? Or
I think it's just because he's got one more year.
Yeah,
that's right. He's got 1 year.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you're probably looking at what, 25, 30 million?
No, I reckon they're going to want more.
40. I reckon 40,
50.
bro. 40.
50.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maximum, no. You can't get
I think you're not gonna spend much more than 40. But I think remember, he's a top class left back,
and he's young as well.
Yeah, he's young. I think, and you're taking one of their best players, aren't you? And think about it as well. They're Cunha's leaving as well, so they ain't going to be letting these players go on the cheap because they're getting raided.
They do though. They're a massive selling club. They sold Nunez. They sold Jota.
For the right price. We paid 55 mil for him.
Yeah, well, they still sell them. They
sell him, but they sell him for the right price, though, innit? You know what I'm saying? So I think 40 mil.
I'll tell you what, boys, on Nunez, I think you're looking at a dark horse contender for right back position, man. I think.
He's being molded, isn't he? He's being molded.
No, but Steve, this is the issue.
He's a really good right back.
I think he had his worst game on Friday that I've seen for ages.
He was poor. Poor.
I can explain that though, because he's a guy. What we said about him, confidence player, confidence player, emotional player. Them fans got in his head, man, booing him and that.
Can't have that though, can you? That's what he did in Derby as well.
But I've only really seen him lose his head, like obviously against Wolves before when he was stinker and hooked the Derby. But other than that, I think he's a great right back.
No, I see where you're coming from, but don't let these last 2 months get to your head. We still need to completely make this team over. And this is the worry. I hope the club don't say, we've been mint for 2 months. Let's chill on the rebuild.
Why should I not let it get in my head? Why should I not?
All of a sudden.
Fernandinho played right back for the end of 16-17. We still signed a new right back.
Nunes just gives some mad like fucking 5-yard passes and he'll just pass it to the other team. And
He did it in the first 2 minutes of the game
it
against
mad.
Wolves.
He did it in the few times in the.
I think
I wouldn't
he's
blame
doing
him
a
against
good
Wolves,
job,
man. I don't know why.
Nah, he done a good job, but he's doing a good job, yeah. But he ain't. Let's not say he's like a.
No, he's a better defender. He's a better option for us at right back than Rico Lewis is, I think.
No,
Yeah,
I agree with that. I
agree
think
with
that's
that.
why he's been.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think in that respect, I think having him as like probably like a second or / third choice right back,
Yeah.
and him happy to be that and just be around the place and be like this mascot kind of guy that everyone likes. He's kind of slowly becoming like a cult hero kind of guy sort of thing. And he like just got developing to actually, we all know he's quite shit for our standards, but we're all backing him because he's actually putting the effort in. You know,
Yeah.
As a fan base, we've always liked them sort of players. You know,
And he's had some big moments in the last couple of
Yeah.
weeks, isn't it? With some
Yeah.
big goals, big assists, and that. So like he's chipping in and that, like, and yeah, but like he ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? That's just like the truth still.
Yeah.
Like I know it hurts, innit? But that is
He's
just
good enough to be a squad player, though.
He can be a role player.
Oh,
I
for
keep him
sure.
around the squad. Yeah, I keep him around the squad, but I wouldn't be starting.
I've seen him not have bad games on the fucking left wing either. Earlier this year at the start of the season, like
Yeah.
he won bad.
That's another reason to keep him as a squad player as well, because he's so versatile. He can play anywhere.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Just-
And
I
I
just
changed my
don't
mind on
trust
that,
him.
Steve, because 6 months ago I was like, get this guy out, man. He's fucking shit. But now I'm like, you know what? Actually, he's a good player to just keep around the squad and that. You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
he'll probably want to leave in 2026 because he probably won't play much next
Probably
year.
after this season now, when his place is probably put on the bench,
Yeah.
probably see him leave after that.
But when you're looking at like PSG and you're looking at like Hakimi and that, do you see what I'm saying? Like, we got to get.
mate. Fucking
Oh, we
Mendes,
need
bro.
players like
He's-
this, man.
Nuno Mendes
He's
is
a good
brilliant.
player if your new right back gets put in the red zone, like minutes wise, as LB likes to call it. Like I'm fine throwing him in one game, but man, if we're in a fucking title run and need to win 7 games in a row, I'm not okay with him as my right back. It's like having
The problem one problem I'd say though, Danny, is that if we're saying that we're keeping like all these centre backs and that, we're not getting rid of anyone, are we going to have the squad size available for it? Because let's be honest, the club are keeping Gundogan. That's pretty much been confirmed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's why I said if you got if you sign 2 fullbacks, centre backs going.
You know,
You
we
just
only
can't
had one
lose
centre
them.
back on the bench against Wolves, which was a Kanji.
Yeah.
Or into one defender even, because Rico Lewis is not a defender, is he?
Yeah, and Huzanov was not in the matchday squad.
Yeah,
We
he
had,
wasn't in the squad, bro. Yeah.
Who was it the week before? Was it Bob who was not in the? Who was it the week before?
Yeah,
who was not in
Bob.
the
Well,
Bob's
yeah.
not been there for weeks.
And obviously,
Nah,
Hayes has not been there, obviously, as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hayes
Hayes
is
is
not
not-
even getting on the bench.
Well, what is it? Is it 9 subs you're allowed?
I think so. Yeah, no,
That's 20 players. That means 5 are going to. If you've got a 25-man squad, that means 5 are missing out most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
And in
you
my
could see
opinion-
some guy going this summer, that you probably didn't even expect to go. You're probably going to lose one or 2 guys, innit? At least minimum, you know what I mean? You're going to lose players.
I don't see who's going to go though that you wouldn't expect to go in
You're
it.
going to get people going loan, that's for sure. Like you've
I
already
still
mentioned.
think
Hayes.
I think Stones or Ake is gonna go.
I think one of them two's going to go.
I think someone smart enough will end up coming in for Ake or Stones.
And probably towards the end of the window when other teams are moving around and stuff, and you think that
Yeah.
then when the squad starts to even out, you think, well, we've got 7 centre back, or we've got 7 positions. The players sort of know the surplus to requirements. That's when one will probably move.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Well,
sorry to
the
say
window.
then, if it is one of them, it's got to be Stones in my opinion.
I think it will likely to be
Don't
Stones.
forget, you're going to free up one more space with KDB as well. There's another space. You know,
They have been
space-
talking about wages going and how much Stones on 250 a week.
250 a week, man.
You
And
know,
the fact is, Ake
we'll get that going,
can
swallow the money
still
for
do
the
a
next
mad
season.
job at left back
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
centre back.
100%.
And I've never been people say John Stones right back. I've never been a fan of John Stones at right back. The job for me, John Stones is a centre back, and that's it. Like whether he can invert in midfield, that's it. That's the same thing, and it's centre back, yeah. So for me, and let's be honest, Ake's record is nowhere near as bad as Stones. Ake's had a bad year,
Yeah.
but if you actually
Stones
look
had a
at
bad
Ake's
career.
record,
Stones has been
Exactly.
every year. since
every
he's been
year.
here.
So for me, if you have to get rid of one of them, it
The
has
sad
to
thing
be
about Stones is, for me, I think we've all moved on. I can't see anybody that is saying we've got to keep Stones. I think we've all generally moved on from him now, haven't we? Which is kind of sad. But as a fan base, and pretty much most of us have moved on from him now.
It's the reality, innit, Paul?
It is. It's just life, innit?
Yeah,
Move
you
on.
just don't see him play football, innit?
No,
So
that's it. We've
everyone
moved on from it.
automatically forgets about him because
We've
he's
moved
just
on.
not on the fucking pitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a bit sad, innit? Because with that guy in his pomp was fucking class, mate. I've never
Unbelievable.
seen anyone.
And we say
this
anyone
every
like
week,
it.
He's won more Premier League titles than Rio Ferdinand, so he can swallow that.
Yeah. He's better than him as well.
Yeah.
Fuck Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know, my controversial take is that fully fit Stones is better than
Better than anyone.
Yeah, he'd been best English, one of the best English defenders ever if he'd have been fit.
better than Company though. Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think Prime,
He's a footballer, yeah.
like best on the day, I think Stones is our best ever, yeah, as well.
For the way we play now, Stones would have been the best we've ever.
Danny, help me, bro.
But if in terms of a raw centre back, then Company would have been.
I've seen Stones drop performances like I've never seen anyone drop before. Like
you man are forgetting how good Company was on the ball, you know.
Better than 11-12 Company. Behave,
mate. Stones Champions League final in the treble season, man. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Do you realise how good Company was on the ball? He was so good on the ball.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't as good as Stones though. I just think if you put prime to prime, I think Stones is probably better.
I think Company's got a better long pass than Stones, so I don't know particularly what we're doing here.
That I disagree with. But
of course he has, man. You could pick. Nobody could ping a ball like Company. You know that guy was pinpoint, diagonals. You see Stones hit. I see him hit it out for a throw-in more time on a long pass.
Nah,
you know what this means though. You know what this means though, boys. Yeah, John Stones statue. Let's go, man. Statue. But because of his injury record, I wouldn't have him above Company in terms of like legacy or whatever.
That was an interesting one. Was it this morning? One of you said about a Roberto Mancini statue.
So I threw it up on this morning's show that I did with Nobby.
It was a good point you said, by the way.
Yeah, I think, and I don't think actually anyone will disagree with me on this one. Yeah, I think Mancini has not been respected enough at this football club for the achievements that he did. Now, whether or not you think he should get a statue or not, that's different. Yeah, but we all agree he won the FA Cup. Yeah, after 35 years, he won a league title, and what does he have at this football club? He has nothing.
Because he was at Eddie Howe. You know, we got that first trophy, man. That's massive, bro.
He should have something, bro.
First trophy.
Not a statue, though. Not a fucking statue.
A statue is going too far.
It's got something, though.
It's got a nice documentary on TV.
Fuck off documentary, man. I don't want to. No, he's got to have a plaque or something at the stadium.
He should be remembered.
He will.
I think bringing us our first trophy.
I think what's the problem is he's soured at the end, isn't he?
Yeah, I agree.
That's what's stopping it.
It wasn't a clean break.
It's already soured at the end. You know what I mean? Players that sour towards the end, they kind of like.
Yeah, but Torre's still got
he's got a training pitch. Yeah, that's the most he's getting.
Yeah, but this is a manager that won us a league title and an FA Cup after 35 years. He's got.
I think it's minimum 35 years.
Nothing since, then yeah, I can agree with you.
Just tie your scarf around a lamppost.
Nah, I think personally, I think he should get something. In my personal opinion,
he should get something, bro.
Even if it's just like a plaque on the wall or something.
Yeah,
he should get something. In my opinion, man. Like maybe not a statue. Maybe statues.
Name a pasta after him in the dining room or something, man. But I think for us to be giving out fucking statues like confetti is crazy, man.
Not a statue, then, but he has to have...
really hear of other clubs doing this.
Oh, do you remember his scarf driller as well? Yeah, I completely forgot about it. Come on. But he should get something like a plaque or something, man. Like, let's be honest, he's a fucking.
The most fitting thing would be is find out where these payments came from. That he did it and then put a statue in that country.
Oh my fucking god, bro! Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, that UAE football club.
Yeah, just say this is what it was all for all along, just so we could get a statue in a country.
Imagine that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Roberto Mancini Way in Abu Dhabi. Street named after him.
No, that's mad. Let me go through some of these stats, man. Yo, big up Superbia, bro. Says Cancelo's dressing room kryptonite. Remember?
I mean, how could I not?
Don't mean he wasn't a good player, though, does it?
It was a sick player.
No, but the boys liked him. The Portuguese liked him, and stuff like that. The players liked him.
Yeah, he used to live with Bernardo, I believe.
I just think he had beef with Pep, innit? That's the only reason.
He flapped his gums and he was done.
Yeah, once you got beef with Pep, you finished, aren't you? So
there was a period though where I think he was the best fullback in the world.
100%.
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
And he was in the team of the season as well.
PFA team of the season, he did. He got it.
Yeah, no, he's a top player, man. Just wound me up sometimes with his defending, but yeah, we won't speak about that. The Wigan final ruined his legacy. Because the thing is, because bro, the players knew that he'd been sacked on the day. They already knew
the
they'd been
players
sacked, bro.
Brian.
So that game was chalked, bro, because everyone already knew that Mancini was getting sacked before that final. So our club not our club, the board, handled that mad.
They did a Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, all the players knew that the Mancini was getting sacked before the game.
That's why
So
I said it was soured, didn't it, at the end? That's why.
How are you meant to supposed to manage in the final of a game when you know you've been sacked?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not on him. That's on the board. And I think if you spoke to the board and said, "Oh, would you do that again? Like, how would you do it?" They'd definitely say, "Yeah, we'd fucking not do it like that."
No, I reckon it worked, didn't it? We might have lost the FA Cup, but look what happened in the end. Didn't Pellegrini win a double the next season?
Yeah.
No. I don't
yeah, so it was harsh at the time, very fucking harsh at the time.
No, Puppy. I don't mean don't sack him. I mean don't have everybody know that he's been sacked before the game. Yeah, don't speak. You can say to Pellegrini, right? You interested? Right, sound. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Win the FA Cup, right? Pellas, you ready? Yeah, bang, you're fired. Boom.
Pellas, yeah. This is the magic of the FA Cup, though, man. Any team can get got. Any team can be beat.
This is the truth, man. 100%. Yo, big up to Dr. Footy. Yeah, big up to Foggy as well, man. Coming in with the 5 bomb as well, man. I appreciate that. W's in the chat as well, people. Come on, man. Smash these likes up. Make sure you get the dubs in the chat. Cambiaso. Spoke about the fullback. Done Gibbs-White. Verts. There's not really too much other stuff going on there.
Not much progression after since.
But I think now that Bayern have officially won the league, I do think you'll start to hear something in the next days. Seriously, do.
Can I just say one more thing on Gibbs-White, bro?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go on.
So, like, you know, we talk about, not being an elite player. It's a more than fair point. He's obviously not shown that. Obviously, I've touched on that. He's potentially got a higher ceiling at Man City where he can improve. But I think he's got certain elite qualities, which is important when you're coming into our team, innit? So I think he's definitely, from what I've seen after digging deeper, he's definitely got his physicality. He's one of the more elite I've ever seen in terms of an attacking / number 8. So he's keeping hold of the ball. You're not getting this guy off the ball. I think he's so physical in that aspect. I also think he's passing as well. He's extremely being overlooked. I think he's probably got elite passing as well. I remember the pass he did against Man City when that diagonal, for the assist. That there was an elite ball. It was a cross-field pass, and I think he's got certain through balls about his game as well, which are elite. So I think he has got elite qualities, man.
I'll tell you what I like about him. Then, I'm gonna do some glaze. I like his power. Yeah, I think he's a strong, powerful player. Yeah, I think he's gets stuck in, and we know this season more than any season probably since the takeover just how fucking weak our midfield has been this year. Yeah, multiple games where we've had less than 3 ground duels won. We've had Kevin De Bruyne himself come out in a press conference and say that our midfield is soft. So I like the fact he gets stuck in. Yeah, and he's a powerful player. I think he's direct to a degree as well, which I like. I like a player that don't fuck about with it, gets the ball, looking to go directly forward. I think he can play the ball from deep, which if a team does try and push up against us, you got Haaland going on the spin the other way, put the ball over the top. I think something like that. I think there's some of his qualities. You know what I mean? And I think he's
the ability to play a through ball as well, bro. Whether it's to a winger or a striker.
I think
I've seen him do a Trivella pass today, by the way. Trivella.
Yeah, he loves it.
That's more than some glazing, LB. You've proper gone in on there, mate.
No.
That's here's the thing. That's a proper coating that you're giving there, mate.
I'm calling for it, man.
Here's the thing with that, So some of that is physical attributes, My problem is, and I've gone back to negatives because Pulpy's now pulled it up. I'm trying to be positive here. my issues are on the ball. Can he be elite level? By the way, I have the same questions with Baleba. I think Baleba off the ball is exceptional, world class, genuine world class. I think on the ball, I have question marks about his on the ball ability. It's the same thing with Morgan Gibbs-White. I think he's a good player. My question marks are on the because what we've got to realise is, how many times do we play against a low block where a team will come to the Etihad and they'll stink 5-5 and a goalkeeper, and we need a player to play a pass through the eye of the needle. And the pass has to be perfect.
Yeah, that's what I don't think he's got.
And that's the question. And I had the same questions about Baleba, by the way. They sent a Gibbs-White agenda. I had the same things about Baleba. I actually think probably Gibbs-White's probably better on the technically maybe than Baleba. I just don't know. The question is, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I
This
think
is the
Gibbs
thing.
White. I think Gibbs White thrives in that Forest team based off them soaking up pressure, and then they're a counter-attacking football team, man. So he has these spaces that he can drive into. He can carry the ball, which is what he's probably best at, driving forward with the ball. Now, playing for Manchester City is a whole different ball game because you'll have 11 men sat behind the ball, and we'll need this guy to be that intricate in the spaces and be able to like play the killer pass like we've seen from De Bruyne and Gundogan in the last few years. That is my biggest question mark over him if he can transition into that kind of player rather than the one that's got all this space to run into. Because it's going to take his best attributes away from him, innit, at playing against a low block every week.
This is my thing, though, Jay. I'm just saying, I think his passing's overlooked, bro. That's my belief. Hopefully, you will come to see that.
I hope so.
I had a post that done madly well on X about it, to be fair. And
you got cooked. You got fucking fried, mate.
I think that's what I fucking put everyone straight on there, mate. I spent over 4 hours solid.
Which tweet is this?
The Mortgage White doesn't stand a chance one.
Pull it up, bro.
I had quite a few Forest fans reply to it and say, actually,
I see that, yeah. They like it.
And we'd be good if he went, but he's a fucking real good player. So if
this one,
mate, yeah.
Right. So what are the Forest fans saying?
I've retweeted a few to be fair.
Is that 1K likes, yeah?
Yeah, fucking 100,000 views, mate. Mad. And a fucking lot of notifications which I can't handle, to be fair. There's a few Forest players have said some things about him, to be fair, on there that he's actually a decent player.
I think LB's just scrolled past them all anyway. So
yeah,
these are all City fans. I'm trying to find a fucking Forest.
If you go, I've retweeted some, mate. You might be able to see him that way. To be fair,
that's what we need: legs and depth.
I'll just say Forest fan here, Forest done that or something.
Oh, these
Forest fan.
Yeah, he's everything you need. Unfortunately for us, goals will come. His energy and legs are what you need around. His assists will be off the scale. That's basically class. Goals are assists for goal, but he also puts in 100% of the game. Great talent. Seems like a proper top goal. Will be great talent. Yeah, I've seen it.
Look, they appreciate him, man. I think they'll be gutted for him to go.
On the low block, I don't care if he can't play make. If he can hit the ball from distance, that's good enough anyway. Because Foden's not really an elite playmaker, is he? He just hits the ball very well, and that's his own little tool set.
I've not seen him do that enough though either. His goal tallies aren't crazy.
No, but generally he hits the ball pretty well from distance. I just need him to rediscover that.
I've seen him score. He scored that one against Onana this year that went right past these, right in the middle of the goal.
Did you see that other clip though, Jay, against United when he's smashed two players back to back? I love that shit.
Yeah, the one thing that I really like about him is his intensity, man. I think that's probably his best attribute, his intensity and his fight and
his mentality as well. He's fucking on it.
He does give 100% every game, and you can see it in him that he's got that fight and that hunger, probably to go and be better and be at a better club than Forest.
Yeah, I can see that in my team, bro.
I do have a
bit of that in my team.
Little bit of faith. It's not the worst transfer in the world, but yeah, I just have my doubts.
Yeah, this is the thing. I think anyone that's like shitting on it like heavily, I think it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're pushing it. Yeah, you're pushing
I think it's just a question of is it going to be a mid signing where in 18 months we could probably upgrade on him, or is it going to work out? I don't see it being like when we were signing Phillips. Yeah, I really didn't want this guy, man. Yeah, I'd never rated Phillips Donny. Yeah, obviously when we signed him, back him and that, you know what I mean. I'll do that with all City players, but like I don't think.
I think Phillips is a good centre half, by the way. I'm just putting that out there. See that guy in the pre-season.
Let's bring in Tariq, man. Yo, come on, man.
Yeah, big up Tariq.
Yes, Tariq.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Are you been listening or no?
I've been trying to. I've been in and out of my car.
He's been trying to and thinking, what are these guys waffling about? So,
well, I definitely heard the conversation about Morgan Gibbs-White, and I think I said this 1 or 2 panel shows ago that whatever you saw when we played him, you saw whatever you saw reinforced how you already felt, and I feel like that's kind of been obvious from the conversation because I think you and I forget who was on which side, but obviously Popey was like, no, he'll fit. Jacob, I think Steve was like, no, he could fit with us. We've seen enough that he could fit with us. And then others are like, I'm not really sure. And you're watching the same exact game, but you got 2 totally different opinions on the performance. So I think that's just been borne out. But so what's the topic now? I don't want to take us back.
We went full 360 and started talking about Gibbs-White again.
But I've got so on the final for my thing on the Gibbs-White thing. I think that the way the rebuild's going, I think Pep's probably looking at a change in style, and that right now, I think he realizes that I don't think we could handle another season of playing against low blocks all day. And it'd just be.
This is a good topic then.
90%.
So how do you think that he's going to change the style then? What do you think he's going to do? And do you think
our fullbacks will be
two tens that go into
from
the striker and midfielders that are going into the box and getting crosses in?
So here's a question then: do you think our wingers are basically at risk of lack of minutes next year? If that's the plan.
I think we're looking at a new style coming in. I think we're looking at. That's why we've been looking at Ait-Nouri width, genuine width from the fullbacks, and maybe two tens, maybe two tens in around the box all day.
That's the way he's gone the last few weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah,
as well,
I think that's what we're looking at: getting players in the box and
people coming inside. Even McAtee has obviously been on the right a few times, and he's kind of just putting all bodies in the middle there, and it's worked. To be fair, it's not been the most exciting thing to watch in the world, but it's been fucking getting results at the end of the day, hasn't it? Which we've not been doing all season before that. So yeah, I can see a world where it happens. To be fair, and the kind of wingers are a bit of a dying breed at the moment, especially if they're not putting up the numbers.
Inverted forwards, and like someone like Marmoush, who will just have a shot from anywhere. I think we're about to see a transition in play that means we're going to be more aggressive, absolutely aggression rather than controlling the ball. It's when we get around the area, it's just fucking go.
Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, bang, shot, boss. Having this round the side to make spaces for the fullback, it's get around the box and just fucking license to have a go.
Yeah. You kind of hit on it. Don't you think you need like those overlapping fullbacks to help make that happen? Because your forwards are going to be where else are you going to get your width from? Yeah, because you're going to need your width.
100%. I think that was what when Guardiola was doing that earlier in the season. I know he's obviously been centre back now for the last few games, but he was getting so much space down that left hand side. He was like our fucking second best attacker after Haaland for a good few months earlier this season. But not only that, he dragged defenders away and spread the pitch out that much that even like going back to the Newcastle game where Marmoush got his hat-trick, he was picking up so many holes and pockets of space because of how wide we pulled the defenders with our wing backs. So I think if we are going to go that way next year, then you've got to look at your Ait-Nouris and your people like that who are going to give us that going forward.
Because I see us playing like Haaland up top, Marmoush off of the left, Verts in the middle, Foden off of the right. But what you need then is you need really fucking
overlapping fullbacks.
You need overlapping fullbacks who are going to bomb up and down, up and down, up and down all game. And by the way,
man away.
Yeah, you're probably so you're gonna have to keep Nico O'Reilly because he'd have to be a backup left back because that if you buy Ait-Nouri, and I don't know if Cambiaso can really do that, but bombing up and down. If one of them gets injured, you can't just have your system chopped. You know what I'm saying? So you're probably gonna have to keep O'Reilly as that because O'Reilly can do that, bombing up and down, up and down, up and down.
Well, are there links to the Ait-Nouri? Is there links to him?
Yeah, there has been the last
to
few
get
days.
pace to it.
Okay.
Because obviously the Kirkes links as well a few weeks ago.
Today and yesterday, I think.
Just suggest we're looking for that profile, innit?
Yeah.
There was announcements after the game, weren't there, that after seeing him on Friday, that they were really impressed with him again, weren't they? And that's what's kind of made it pick up the pace again. Ait-Nouri, that is. But it's looking positive, innit, from what I've seen.
My question for you, though,
go on, bro.
in that system, I don't think you have enough midfield presence. You have Rodri, and then who else? Because you have.
I think that's where Gibbs-White comes in. It'd be Rodri and Gibbs-White.
And that's where I'm starting to see
your front five would be the five that LB just talks about there. And you
back. Put it up on screen,
you'd have a pivot of.
Yeah. Let's make a line.
That'd be your triangle. Rodri, two centre backs, and then your width. Knowing full well that as soon as we break, we've got pace to get back.
Yeah,
you've got your Gibbs-White who's the engine as well. I think that's where that comes in, which is what he wants, is that engine midfielder who will run up and down all day long.
So you basically got what have you got? So you got Haaland up top, and then you got Marmoush off the left.
Yeah. And
you need to move these wingers inside more, though, bro, innit?
Yeah, I will.
It's got to be Foden as well. We need Foden back to full fucking fledged form next year, man. So yeah, stick him in.
That Verts.
These are very much inverted wingers, very much.
Yeah. So you got to tuck in,
like an arrowhead.
They're more like outer midfielders rather than wingers.
You sticking Gibbs-White in?
Yeah,
we've got Gibbs-White in, man.
Yeah, man. I'm for it.
And then you've got like your Ait-Nouri,
I would say Guardiola, to be fair, but go on.
You know what I'll do differently
Well,
there?
Yeah,
And then
you're not
who's
gonna
this
put.
right back? Who that is? Guardiola there, yeah.
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 Cardio, yeah.
Cousinov next.
Wait, you put Vardio on the right?
No, on the left.
Oh,
on the
you
left.
put center back. Okay, yeah.
I
Okay.
ain't got nothing wrong with Cousinov though,
He's done
man.
it. He's done it.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
not
who-
gonna
who's
happen.
right
You
back?
might go ahead and put Diaz in there. Put Diaz
Cambiaso.
in there.
Cambiaso, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, where's
Just
Diaz
for,
going?
just for the sake of how things have been going in this conversation today, yeah.
We're just
Diaz is gonna
100%.
be where Kuznov is.
Yeah, put
in
Diaz
all,
in.
in all
That can
honesty.
be Diaz. If you want that to be Diaz, it can be Diaz. Or should we
Right.
just do it? Because people will
LB,
fuck us
stop
in it.
your agenda and put Diaz on, man.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah,
come on.
Right,
So
Diaz,
what I
right.
would do there is I would put Rodri right in front of the centre backs,
Yeah.
and I would put Wirtz and Gibbs-White to either side of him.
Like
That right there, that's the way.
like
That's
that.
the way I see it line up.
That's a naughty team.
That is
Yeah.
that
You
is
know
literally
what?
how I see it. No width.
Coming forward,
The width
yeah.
is from the fullbacks. When it's on one side, it's one side. The other.
Oh,
and
I'm
that right there.
excited, man.
That's
Woo!
nice. That's fucking
That's how I
nice.
see Pep Boyd next year.
No goalkeeper,
Is he-
doing it?
No, yeah.
Not
Like-
playing possession by having
So-
Rodri drop between the two center backs. That's really nice.
What
The
happens
only
if
issue
we
is-
don't?
Go on.
I was gonna say, what happens if we don't get? Just pick your player, whether it's Wirtz, whether it's. I mean, I think Gibbs-White is probably gonna happen. It's talked about too much, but
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
the Cambiaso, the Ait-Nouri, whoever that's going to be on that left
If
side.
you don't get a Wirtz, I mean, you could play Foden there for me, or somebody in midfield, Nico Gonzalez, or something. We've got players to fill it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the answer in terms of what everyone wants a 10 like De Bruyne was, but
yeah,
we can swap Ait-Nouri out for an O'Reilly or put Gvardiol
O'Reilly.
there and put another centre back there. Cambiaso, that could easily be Rico Lewis or Nunes.
Doku
we have
and
players that
Fabio
would
aren't even
swap
in
them
that
out.
team as well for your winger options.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
both
that's
good,
you've
solid
got
backups.
Doku and
Yeah.
Savinho if you want real width.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
I think-
frightening. That for me.
I think the only thing I'd really change is we're saying Foden needs a fullback to hold width. Cambiaso's an inverter. You'd probably
Yeah.
want Nunes there systematically. Cambiaso's
Mm.
obviously a better player, but for this system, you'd probably want
Yeah.
Nunes. I like what we're doing here. I like.
And the thing
Rodri
is as
dropping
well,
between the center backs.
whether
That's
it's
fair.
Wirtz or not, it's going to be someone. There's going to be another midfielder coming in. 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Obviously, that's as well as Gibbs-White. And I'm not hating on Gibbs-White either. But when I say that, this is what I believe the club's going to do. They're going to bring in another body.
In that formation there, right? Say we lose possession on the edge of their 18-yard box, you know full well you've got your two fullbacks going back, and you've got your Gibbs-White will be back, and that'll be your back five, and there'll be nobody getting through that, and there's your legs.
This is where Cousinov would shine as well, man. Because if you're going to do that, this is a mad high line we're looking at here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So Cousinov would
Yeah.
fit this team as well.
Well,
man.
that's
Just
why,
saying.
Steve, I've said I would like to just try Huzanov in the Club World Cup with Gvardiol, see Wagwan.
The guy's going to be elite, bro. One way or another, he's going to be
If
an
it
elite.
turns out he's
centre-back.
not good or Diaz is still better, keep Diaz in the team. I'm
Imagine
that-
the go on, LB. Sorry.
I'm just thinking it might be better to have Huzanov's pace at the back. But I'm not like full Huzanov against Diaz. I'm just saying try it. If it doesn't work out, cool, stick with Diaz. But for me, I'm a City
imagine how
supporter, so I want the
much
best for my
better
club, innit?
it's
So if
gonna be as
Huzanov's
well.
better than Diaz, then play Diaz. Sorry, bro.
Imagine how much better the fucking press is going to be as well with that team, man. Like, look at those dogs.
The energy, Jay, innit?
Gibbs-White,
Yeah.
Marmouche. Marmouche
nice.
is one of the best pressers I've seen for fucking ages, man. Imagine, like, this is giving me, like, the vibes of when we used to just fucking bully
And
people.
that, Jay, is how you win the ball up high, innit?
Yeah.
So avoid counter-attacks, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget a
That's the main thing
counter-attack.
now.
We can avoid them.
It's mad to me to think that we haven't got Kovacic in that team, and then it's fucking unbelievable.
I know.
Again, it goes back to the old
Where's
saying,
Bernardo
you
gonna
can't
start
play every
in there?
game, innit? You know what I
Where's
mean?
Bernardo going to start in that lot?
Oh, stop it, Paul, please. Stop it.
It's true, though, you can't play every game, innit?
They've been our saviours the last few weeks, them two, haven't they? Fucking hell. They've had a right turn round of form, and the fan base are back on them again now. So fair play, man. Bernardo
Look at the ages in here as well. Haaland, 24. Foden, 23, 24. Marmouche, 26.
like
Ait-Nouri,
26.
23.
He would be the oldest.
Cambiaso,
Rodri, right?
24.
Rodri would be the oldest. What is he, Rodri? 28?
Yeah, Rodri's
Yeah.
like 28.
Rodri's the oldest player at 28.
How old is Ruben Diaz?
Like 27.
26, 27.
27. Yeah.
Rodri captain, by the way. I'm not having any of this Diaz.
Yeah. I've changed my mind on that.
Yes,
I've got Rodri.
LP. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm on Rodri captain now. I'm on Rodri captain.
He's the boy, man. He's
seeing
out-
seeing the presence on the sidelines in the stands, just how much he cares, even though he can't contribute on the pitch, he's finding ways to contribute in any way that I can, and so I appreciate that, and I agree. I
guy's
think
got
he probably
aura, man.
should be the captain.
If Ruben Diaz is on the pitch, he's captain for me. Sorry.
So looking at that squad there, if we were to have that team there, look at the subs that aren't even in there, that are in and around the squad. You know what I mean?
So let's do a so.
Go from the back. Go from the back.
Yeah,
You
so
got
can
Ake
do,
there. You got Kanji there.
So this would be. Let's just stick with Ortega.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do this until.
Oh, this is filthy. This is fucking filthy.
This would be Huzanov, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Can you put
Kusanov.
him underneath?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Modern
So it
day
says it
technology,
underneath.
man.
Gavadio would be what?
Ake. Has to be Ake.
Yeah. So sorry.
And this is
Stones.
why that's why I can't get rid of Ake, because if he leaves, you only have one.
Why are you typing bench, bro?
Rodrigo Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Nico.
Gonzalez.
I guess.
Nico Gonzalez, yeah.
Sure.
There
you
it
go.
is. Still not changed it. Let's do
From Nico O'Reilly
Cambiaso.
there.
Cambiaso
Kanji.
would be Nunes.
Sanchez or Nunes.
Yeah, Kanji, Nunes, Lewis, loads.
All right, I'll put Nunes in because he's more suited
Nunes,
to this
yeah.
system, innit?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. The other side.
Nico O'Reilly.
O'Reilly
Yeah,
probably.
I'm good with that. Is he on this game or not?
No, he's not, is he? Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there
There
he
he
is.
is. He's there.
Wasn't. Must have been
Guy's
out
been
recently.
up-
On this game.
On this game.
That's what it feels like. It feels like
Yeah.
we're playing EA Sports. It's in
Right,
the
what
game.
about these
Kovacic
players
would
here?
be for Gibbs-White.
Gundo's
Yeah.
staying in it, so
Gundogan
Gundo's
and
still
Kovacic
here.
are your two in the midfield,
Nah,
right there.
Kovacic is like most close profile wise.
This is the
The
thing,
Gibbs
though,
one.
boys. When you talk about these outgoings,
I'm with you,
Kovacic might be a guy that might just find himself leaving. You don't know, innit? But
I would
he's there.
get rid
I
of
think
him.
he's one of Pep's wet
man.
dreams.
I
man.
wouldn't get rid of
Oh, yeah.
Kovacic. I'd get
I
rid
would
of
not.
Gundogan.
I
I
before
wouldn't
got
get rid of him,
Kovacic.
bro. But people are going to be going, innit?
What about Wirtz? Echeverry? Boom.
No, you
It's
can't. do that.
very, you know.
Well, you're gonna put Savio on the right wing for Foden, aren't you? So I'd stick Bob in this one.
What?
No. You can put
That's
Bob
the
for
Bob.
Foden. Put Bob for Foden.
But then you're
Yeah.
gonna leave out Savio, aren't you?
And
Yeah, but we
Doku
could
as
just-
well, man.
We could just like.
This is just
we know-
hypotheticals, right? This is just to
Yeah.
show the depth.
What's this one here?
Doku, Grealish.
No.
Doku, come on.
Doku, and then. Oh, we've got no one. Oh, we could put him here, innit?
Oh, Savio, yeah.
Just put Savio here.
That would be my
Oh,
move,
yeah,
realistically,
that's-
wouldn't it?
Savio striker.
Just
No,
to show
Yeah,
what
man, yeah.
Just the players, yeah.
Just so we can
And,
see it. Yeah?
there's even 5 players you're probably missing from that in there.
Who?
I say no love,
Rico
no
Lewis.
love to Obama. No love to
Rico
Obama.
Lewis,
He's won
Gundogan.
8 or 9 straight games now. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah, Rico Lewis as well.
You got
So
Rico
how many
Lewis,
players
you
do we have here?
got
Do we even have enough players? Like squad positions. So we'll start 1, 2, 3.
22
boys.
in it.
22.
Just 2 times 11, mate.
Yeah.
Counting.
Plus Gundogan, Rico Lewis.
Don't do
Akanji.
maths on TV.
So there's 3 there.
He's got Gundogan there. hasn't he?
McAtee as well.
No.
McAtee.
No,
No.
Gundogan's not.
Yeah.
McAtee's not there.
No, McAtee's gone, man.
Bernardo.
We think
You're not
McAtee
Bernardo
has to
there
go in
either?
order to bring in Verts.
Yeah, Macca's gone, defo. He's not
You've not got
signed a new
Bernardo to
contract.
well be. So that's 20. That's 24.
Stones, did you say Stones?
Stones has gone in
Stones,
the
that's
system.
25.
Oh,
But
yeah.
let's see, there's 25 right away.
Stones has gone in.
Oh.
Akanji, is he on there?
No.
No.
Kanji's not there. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the free, so because you obviously you can only have 25 players, isn't it?
This is what I was going to say before. This is why I mentioned about Gibbs-White. We need homegrown players, man. We just do.
Yeah. So
People,
that's 22
more
plus
about them,
plus Rico Lewis plus Akanji. That's 23, 24.
Okay.
Plus what? Ake's in the
Ake,
system.
Bernardo, Gundogan.
Ake's already there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Bernardo.
Bernardo.
So
You
you're
didn't say
gonna have to get,
Bernardo.
you're gonna have to get rid of one, innit? You're gonna have to get rid
Bernardo
of one.
Gundo.
He's gonna get rid of Kovacic, innit?
There's going to be more than one goal.
You
You
would
can't
hope.
keep, you got to get rid of one of them, Pulpy. You can't keep Gundogan.
Yeah,
Kovacic,
I think it's
something
either going to be Kovacic or Bernardo that's going to go.
Yeah, one of them will go.
I generally wouldn't rule out the fact that Gundogan gets gone as well. To be fair, you might have just signed a contract, but that means fuck all.
People
I just
saying
have
O'Reilly
it's
doesn't-
just it doesn't make sense to me, and I'm sure that's what will happen. But it doesn't make sense to get rid of Gundo, who at most has this next season, just because his contract kicked in. When you could get to at most a third year out of Kovacic, it's like, why get rid of? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But it's probably what will happen. But because he's already guaranteed his contract, but it just doesn't make sense to get rid of. To me, it doesn't make sense for him to get rid of Kova and keep Gundo.
Well, considering that earlier on in the season we had a really depleted squad and we couldn't even get 11 men out week to week, and we've just been talking now, we've got essentially 26 first team players who, without imagine now if we're playing like that next year with them players and then no one's getting anywhere near Pep's starting 11 right, and there's going to be people upset left, right, and centre that people like Marmoush being left out and Savinho's not playing, and you've got new signs like Ait-Nouri who aren't getting a game and players like that, and you would see people like Foden on the bench. Everyone's going to be having absolute meltdowns over it, but that's what you want. That's what Pep always wanted, a small squad. With looking at that, he's going to have 25 potentially world-class players there. And the narrative's going to be City used to have a small squad, and now they've got 2 players in position. Well, you've just seen it right there. We've got 2 and 3 players in position now.
The important question is the next question is, boys, is that if you pull up that page again, LB, is who makes the bench and who doesn't, because you can't have there's not 11 space on the bench, is there?
Well, he's got a rotate.
Well, the other thing that's not accounted for here is that third keeper.
Yeah. The other keeper's there, isn't it?
We only have a third keeper in our squad when there's loads of injuries.
Yeah, you
Right.
should have 2 keepers on the bench.
So it's going to take up a spot like Carson does.
Yeah, they've got to be English though.
Yeah,
So
or
you get-
really young and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, what we need to do is next season, we need to be in a position where we're not playing Rodri in the dead games at home, like against relegation fodder. We need to be subbing him off when we're 2-3-0 up, mate, for Nico Gonzalez. Yeah, we need to be Cavadio. We need to see that this year he's been cooked. So next year, just throw Ake in for like a game here or the game there.
Yeah,
we need to be smart. Haaland. Yeah, sorry, bro, but you ain't the guy now where you can just be chasing these records like every single season. Like if you go down, we ain't got another guy because Marmoush ain't a striker in it. I think Marmoush is. We've seen it. He's like he plays off of the striker, so we don't have a backup for Haaland.
You know what as well, but I think Haaland needs credit
subbed off.
these days because I think he's showing serious durability, man. For most part of the season, this guy has been able to play game in, game out, innit? He's durable, man.
Yeah, defo. Nah, I like that squad, man. That squad's fucking sick, mate.
Some squad that.
How much did that cost you then, that squad?
Couple Billy.
$1 billion.
All of them.
Billion? Come on.
The new
It's like
guy.
what?
Yeah, I'm talking about the new guys.
If you look at the
Like
value,
5 players.
no, I mean the whole thing.
I reckon 300 mil.
What,
Wait.
for the whole team there? Haaland's 250.
No,
Wait,
no,
no, so what about you asking the wrong question?
not the whole
The new
team.
one's
Not the
coming
whole
in.
team.
New
new
players.
Right.
So
Keeper
Cambiaso,
40.
Verts, Gibbs-White, Ait-Nouri,
Yeah, I
and
think about
and
300
Costa in the keeper.
300 million.
Yeah, I
Well,
Just shy of
Verts is
400.
going to be 100 by himself.
Yeah. Gibbs-White,
Gibbs-White's
60.
probably going to be
Ait-Nouri, 40. Cambiaso, 60. Keeper, 40. What was that?
Yeah, that's 300. Bang on.
Yeah.
Well, Verts is definitely going to be more than 100 million, right?
No, I don't think you are.
Not if we send McAtee. He won't be.
Right.
Yeah. I reckon
So
it'll be 100.
if he's part of the deal, or Ortega, which is a bit of a rumour knocking about as well, it's
Okay.
going to bring the fee down, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then you
I
need to buy
figure
it
it's
back
probably
up.
350.
Yeah, then you
Yeah.
need to buy a backup goalkeeper, then, innit?
Or you got to promote from the academy, but then it won't get games.
Not as a backup, man. No way. Not as a backup.
Oh, sorry, I meant third keeper. But if you get rid of
Oh,
Ortega,
yeah,
you mean
third
you
keeper,
get
I'm
rid of
chilling
Ortega.
on that
Yeah.
one. But backup goalkeeper,
You need to get this guy from Burnley, but again, man, this guy is.
Trafford,
Oh, you on that as well now,
I
yeah.
keep saying this
Guy's
to
a
LB
player,
and
bro.
LB all the time.
No
I
way.
like him, mate.
I
The
think he's a
reason why
serious
he was
keeper,
in the
man.
academy for so long, wasn't he?
Because we had Edison.
Yeah.
And
That guy has conceded 16 goals in 46 games in the championship this season.
that's not even a thing I'm looking
James
at, Jay. It's his distribution,
Yeah.
man.
Sweet.
Fucking crazy.
He's an old man. He just is.
Distribution.
Yeah.
And he was literally brought up playing pep ball.
I was gonna say
he's come through the whole academy playing the style of football that we had. I'd trust him over like the foreign keepers that we've been linked to coming in, especially Costa. When I've seen him, he's been pretty shit every time I've watched him. To be fair, but I really like Trafford. I think he could do a job. Obviously, he's bulked up a bit now. I think
he'd be a great second keeper, bro, for a few seasons until he's ready. For a few more years.
I don't think he'll want to do
he's
that.
Not
I
going
think
to do
wherever
that,
he goes,
second keeper at Man City's not a bad thing,
Nah, he's not going to do that.
I think you've got all the FA Cup games.
Nah, but Steve, he wants England #1 spot, bro. He's looking at that goalkeeper, England, and going,
He's a cocky
I'm getting that. I'm getting that. Yeah, my big thing from last year was not necessarily his goalkeeper or anything. It was he was too skinny, man.
Physicality, yeah.
He needed to bulk up.
I think he started that this year, LB.
Has it?
Yeah, I've heard that. Well, obviously my brother's there all the time, isn't he, at Burnley, and the fans are all over him for like his shot stopping and obviously his distribution's mint as well, like we talk about. So
how old was he now? 23.
Yeah, he's not old.
How old was Joe Hart when he started taking the piss of City when he just come from Birmingham? Was he 23?
Probably similar, to be fair.
Yeah,
Joe Hart was a freak, wasn't he?
Well, do you remember when?
Yeah, but it was a similar sort of thing, right? He's come in and he's gone out and earned. He's grafted at Birmingham.
Yeah, he's at Shrewsbury as well. Remember?
Yeah.
Shrewsbury.
So he was around that age when he's gone out and actually just got on with it and cracked on.
Remember when De Gea first came to the league as well, and he was that kind of this like spindly build that used to get bullied and stuff like that. And after a year, it just clicked, didn't it? And he got himself a little bit stronger and bigger, and he went on to have fucking Golden Glove years and everything, didn't he, for United for a decade then? So it's something
there's something in that Trafford thing, though. There definitely is for me.
I think so.
Yeah, I agree.
22 he is.
And again, the homegrown bullshit that people love.
I think he has a good season at Burnley. See how they get on, and then if they get relegated, he's even cheaper. If he has a mid-season, then it's nailed on.
Well, the thing is as well, Steve, if you can get a homegrown goalkeeper, you're kind of hacking the system, innit?
That's it, man.
You know what I mean?
And
then if you brought Kasper Schmeichel in as a second or third choice goalkeeper, he's homegrown as well. You've got two of your homegrown positions are in net. You're chilling
right there, bro.
So you're kind of hacking the system a little bit. You know what I mean?
We've done that for so long with keepers, haven't we? We had over the years. We've had Richard Wright, Carson, we've had
Stuart
Taylor. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Stuart Taylor. Yeah.
If you're smart, you have to do it. You have to.
That's what most teams
do.
Dead keepers who are just never going to get a game, just sit about and just take a homegrown slot.
But they get paid nicely.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be on the bench.
Yeah. All right. Well,
this question here, man.
We'll do this question and we'll bring it to a close. Josh says, LB, question for the panel. Do you guys have any interest in seeing any of the academy players get minutes next season? Listen, personally for me, yeah, obviously I'd like to get some minutes, but for me next year, I want to get back to winning, bro. I'm a real. So
we need the big boys out next year.
Yeah,
it's my business, right? Isn't it?
Winning.
If you look at that squad we've just part there, where the hell is a kid going to get any time in the team?
Well, Bob is basically still a youth player because he's only played 9
I know Riley is.
I know Riley. So them are two. That's where my stonks are. Boom, done.
Enrico Lewis is still a kid. He's still a kid.
I think there's the concern about the players that played today, right? The U18s, U21s, whatever. Those kids that, the Divine Macassas, all of those players that we think are going to be or have the potential to be all world at some point. How do you keep them from going other places if you don't get them exposed and around the first team on a consistent basis? We have to find. They don't have to play a lot of minutes, but like cup games and things like that, we had to find ways to get them minutes, which is hard because we already have 2 players on our sheet here. We had 2 players for every position anyway, so they're going to need minutes. But we have to find ways to get those guys.
How many players though, Danny, would you say in that academy are like there or thereabouts for getting minutes in the first team?
First team, I literally say 0 at the moment, but years time, you'd probably have 2, 3.
It's not always about it, is it, Danny? It's about getting promoted and then getting to train with the first team week in, week out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then going from there, right?
But a lot of them already are. I mean, Mfuni's already been training a lot.
He's only 17, so there's no rush.
The thing, and a lot of these players will be stepping on each other's toes. Like Mfuni and Braithwaite, I think, are both awesome players. I mean, Braithwaite even debuted for the first team this year, but they played the exact same role, exact same position. I don't know. We'll have to see. They're not especially.
Well, this is my point. My point is, because I agree, there's no one in that academy that I look at right now and go, "You are ready for first team action."
No.
So I don't think it's an issue. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the players that I've got stonks in, like the Mafun he's only 17. He's only 17.
And-
There's no rush on that.
Yeah.
You know, you got
And the thing is,
Macasso. I think he could do another year.
People say Rico Lewis skipped EDS. Yeah, that's once in a lifetime. You're not going to see that with every single player. Caden Braithwaite, that's because it was out of necessity. We only had Vardiel fit. We had to put someone else there.
Yeah.
The harsh reality is, though, in a lot of that team there, that 16-man squad there, you probably see 2 in City shirts in the next 2 years. The rest will just be make weights and they'll do stuff and they'll have good careers elsewhere. But for us, it's just a case of we're bringing quality players in. And they'll have good careers like Morgan Rogers.
Turning over a profit, though, as well, isn't it?
They'll sign on for a profit and get them ready for the big world of football.
This is great, though, yeah. Just think about this, boys. In the next 3 to 4 years, even if we can get one first-team player come from that academy, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
there's always one or two. There's always one or two that just make that breakthrough. We've had it for the last 10 years. There's always one or two that sniff about.
Exactly. People get me wrong. People think I want a class of 92 situation. I don't care. I'm just saying there's 3-4 players who are able to do it. Let's see if one of them can make it. I don't want a full fucking 18-year-old team. Because I go in space with Martin. I say, wait on this guy. Just you can't have a full academy team. I say, I never want a full academy team.
Yeah.
Bring me one guy.
It's not about that as well, Danny. Don't get it twisted, innit? Like people think, oh yeah, we're just obsessed with bringing you through for the sentimentality aspect. Nothing to do with that. If you can bring something to this squad, then bring them to this squad, innit? Simple as that, man. If you're good enough, you're good enough, man.
People have dreams of everyone starting like the class of 92 and like Barcelona's academy starting and winning champions. It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It's unlikely, isn't it? Yeah.
If you have the quality, you will get looked at and you will get your chance. If you have to have the quality, though.
If you get one player comes into the team every 2 years, then you're doing well. You're doing really well.
There's a chance United could do it again because their first team is in such a shambles and they have a really good crop coming through right now. But it's just never going to happen again.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair to say we won't see a class of 92. But how do you see a Yamal? How do you see a player of that caliber come through if you don't get him minutes? I'm not saying that anybody.
Oscar Bob is a player that's coming through that I think he's going to get a lot of minutes next year.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that any of those other kids are going to be Lamine Yamal because he's special, but we don't know until we give him a chance to play. So I think I'd probably err more on the side of play them and see, and then if they don't, then it is what it is. But you got to give them a chance, and I think if not, there's just a matter of time before they run out of patience, and then we see them moving on.
A lot of these circumstantial, though, if you look at some of the ones that have happened in the Premier League in the last few years, like Mainoo's the most recent one. Mainu would not get anywhere near that United team if they were any good. Rashford got his big chance. Rashford got his chance at United because they were shite.
Well, Rashford came in because they had an
chance. So I mean, if you've got a real decent squad of players that are available, then players don't get chances. Mainoo would never have come through the system at RT. He's just not good enough. He got him through United because they were desperate. Yamal's come through at Barcelona. He's obviously a generational talent, but if they didn't have financial issues and they were players in front of him that would have hampered his progress. He might have been that unicorn that got through, but it's likely that he didn't. It's just the way it is. So these players are taking opportunities because they've been presented with them. Saka at Arsenal, he was a good player, but he got chances because they were fucking struggling as well. So Lewis Skelly now he's getting because they've not got a left back.
Yeah,
if they did have left back there, they wouldn't get a chance.
Opportunistic, man. I think the important thing as well to remember, Tariq, is that if we're good, we don't have to give them a chance in it. But if the chance arises where the opportunity just falls in the perfect timing is everything in football, isn't it?
Exactly.
For winning every week,
no one's complaining. No one's complaining for winning every week. And the thing is, opportunity for these players, it's not just playing for the first team. Like today, we lost the game, but it's a fantastic opportunity. They play at Villa Park. It's a first team stadium. It's packed out with fans.
Free to air.
Yeah, there were tens of thousands of people watching.
All the scouts all over Europe.
There was 25k watching when I was on. 25k.
Yeah, tens of thousands. And one of my favorite academy games was when the EDS won the league at Elland Road a couple years ago, and it was packed out. And I remember Delap scored the dagger at the end, and he went over and shushed the fans. Playing in front of fans, playing against adults, and Papa John's trophy.
Can you imagine how many scouts were there?
Good opportunity.
Oh, the scouts would have been all over that game.
Oh, yeah.
You get it, innit? You get it.
Yeah, because the City boys are there. They're like, right, who's the next one, mate? You know what I'm saying?
That's what scouts do, man. They go to big youth games.
Yeah,
I think we'll
that's how our
know.
youth players always get pinched before they come through, innit? That's how we always end up getting 20 odd million for players that some people have never even seen before. And they end up going to pretty decent clubs like Howard Bellis to Southampton, for example, and things like that, who'd barely been seen because the youth team is so good in it, and people are aware that we breed the next world class talents at the end of the day, don't we?
Yeah. And that's my sort of theory between the team that lost this year and the team that won last year. The team that won last year was like pretty much the same team that won the national final the year before. They had like in-stadium experience, big stadiums and whatnot. This group hasn't played in front of fans, hasn't played in front of sort of boisterous crowds. So no wonder they were deer in headlights for 86 minutes.
Big up the away fans that were there as well, by the way. I heard
Oh, yeah,
on TV,
sure.
man.
Big shout out to them.
Yeah, big up to them. All right, let me do these chats before we wrap it up. Shout out to LB, says Gibbs scores versus Trees and celebrates. Imagine Wolfie. Oh, Morgan Gibbs-White scores against Forest. Imagine Wolfie. Yeah, that would be pretty mad, to be fair. Big up to you, bro.
Forget Wolfie, mate. Imagine me. I'll be dancing around the living room.
Yeah, man. Nah, definitely. Big up Joe for this one before I did put it up on screen. Moving like career mode. Yes. Big up Joe, man. Big up Dylan says, someone faxed this squad to Tiki and Verts his dad for fuck's sake, says Dylan. Dr. Footy says, hot take, Akanji is the most bozo pet player ever.
Jesus Christ.
He's just not, is it?
That is hot acidic diarrhea of a take, that.
Yeah.
He's just
I'm sure
not.
there's got to be someone with more of a bozo than Akanji, man. Let's be real.
I mean, Jerome Boateng against Barcelona in the 14-15 season. That's not
he got
bozo.
twisted up, didn't he?
Yeah. That's
Nah, facts.
Pep had some
million as well.
horrible players at Bayern.
Yeah,
I did not.
By the way,
yeah.
Just speaking on Bayern, I heard Steve speak about it before. Fucking Viva La Vincent Company, mate.
Go on, Vinny, lad.
Fucking wins the Bundesliga, so fuck that. And people who are slagging him off for his Champions League, go and have a look at the back four he had in that game. Against it at Milan.
Won it with Eric Dyer at the back.
His team were cooked, bro.
This guy's won a Bundesliga with Eric Dyer and Harry Kane, mate. Yeah, do you know how mad that is?
And that Goretzka, he is a stiff footballer.
He's so shit.
He is the stiffest player I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know about him.
He is a piano player in midfield.
Yeah, so big up company, man. I think if he makes some big signings this summer, and there are rumours that they want KDB now as well. I think if they get some big
KDB would smoke the Bundesliga still at his age.
He definitely would. But they get some solid centre backs and some solid defenders out of football club, mate.
Imagine KDB feeding Kane in the Bundesliga, man. The guy's gonna go.
Oh, that'd actually be naughty, that wouldn't it? I could see
probably
that
Pep's dream. That's why we wanted him.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let KDB go, man. By the way, just saying.
Well, did you see Doku's comment?
Yeah, I did.
What did Doku say?
Doku basically said like nobody wants him to go at the club, but not.
Yeah.
He was like basically said no one wants him to go. We all still believe he can play at this level.
You see that you know what it is for me, LB. I think a lot of online fans here, they're jumping on this thing now. They're like they think it's cool to suggest that this is the right time. It's fucking not. I'm telling you now, he's good enough.
Well, you think he should stay? Yeah.
I think he's good enough, man. I think he's still one of our best players.
I think
I have.
He's good enough. It's whether he'll be fit though.
Yeah, he's good enough. He's just not fit enough for the money that he wants.
That was going to be my point, Popey. Is he's good enough on the pitch? Yes, but is he worth 400 every week? I don't know that I can say that. And again, to LB's point, every week it's not my money, but whatever we're paying him is money we don't have for somebody else. So.
Well, I don't think we probably need somebody else then if we got one more year out of him.
So you would rather, and make sure I understand what you're saying, because I think this is crazy if you're saying this, you would rather keep KDB for a year than to say bring in a Verts and take that money and give it to Verts.
If it blocks that signing, then I think fair enough.
No, okay. Not if it blocks it. No.
Yeah, I think we're all saying the same thing. If I can get Verts, give me Verts. Especially if that's going to be
the key thing I'm saying, Tariq, is that I still believe he's one of our best players, bro. So what if I'm in that belief, then you have to understand why, like, what are we doing here to let him go if he's still one of our best players?
There's a list of players that I would rather get rid of before him if all I thought about was on the pitch. Absolutely. Without
part of me wants him to stay. And also, part of me is glad that he's had to leave him because I don't want to see this fan base calling him fucking Kevin Definished because he's injured. I don't want to see that. Of all the players we've had, I don't want to see him getting slandered because his legs are gone.
Win the FA Cup for him before he goes and just give him a mince.
Let him go.
And he might end up actually being quite an important piece in the whole chess match of the Wirtz deal. If he ends up going to Bayern,
let him go to Leverkusen, man.
Yeah, they might see that as their kind of centre attacking midfielder for next season. That is more likely for Wirtz to kind of transition it towards.
I hear that.
He might even end up playing a big part in that transfer. So.
Have you heard that one as well, where Wirtz has said if you could play with one player, it would be KDB? Is that true?
I've not seen it, no. But it doesn't surprise me. A lot of the Premier League players say it, don't they? He's held in such high regard by his peers.
Just tell Wirtz, man, that he can play with KDB for 1 year before he did. You know what I'm saying?
Big up to Samilian, man. Says, oh, by the way, it'll be the match between River Plate and Vélez ended 4-1. 2 assists from Mastantuono and for River and a golazo from Carrizio. My baller.
I watched the highlights. I was watching baseball at the time, but I watched the highlights. Very good goals. Two decent teams.
That Carrizio, man, he'll be in Europe soon, trust me. And that Mastantuono, man, the hype on Twitter about this guy now is going off, by the way. Yeah. In it, Danny, you've seen it, that Rising Stars fucking page, yeah? It fucking blasts everyone to the moon.
One of the like scouting guys I talked to, like, discovered him in 2022, which is absolutely insane.
That's wild, yeah.
I discovered him like a year and a half ago, but like there are some incredible people out there.
Yeah, nice. And that Carrizio, man, keep your eye out on him as well as a player. Yeah, he's a top player. He'd be our best winger, to be honest, if we got him.
Wow. Calm down.
What? You don't think he'd be our best winger?
If Savio was at River Plate, yeah, imagine the talk you'd be talking about Savio.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine?
Are you being serious, Danny? You don't think he'd be our best winger if we got him?
Serious. I think people call him Bambi on ice. I don't know.
Why do you hate our wingers, LB?
No, I'm not hating him, but I'm just saying you don't think Mastantuono would be our best winger.
Mastantuono. Yes. Okay, sure. That's more of a
Who did you think he meant?
I thought you were thinking about Carrizo. I'm like, no.
No.
Mastantuono, sure. Yeah.
Mastantuono would be our best winger, 100%.
Yeah.
Better than Doku, better than Savio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking bollocks, mate. Don't be stupid now. You're talking about a little kid here who's just...
Danny.
Talk
to me. Mastantuono is better than our 3 wingers, yes or no?
Oh, come off it, man.
This is
You're saying this off the basis of him performing in the fucking like under 15.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He's not better than. Oh no,
he's in the. Is he not in the first team over there?
Oh
yeah, he scored he's 2 goals at the back and got 2 assists. That's in the last game.
I didn't WhatsApp this to you, but one of them South American pages, he's getting called up in the fall for the senior Argentinian team. So he's in, yeah.
Oh, but not better than fucking Doku and Savio.
Mate, fucking Savio's in the Brazil squad and Doku. They've played in.
Has he ever scored
before? Both.
Oh, mate, it's the glazing.
You are glazing bad. You love young South American boys far too much.
He's got a cool.
How's your Portuguese coming on?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
He's learning Portuguese, this lad.
That's the Portuguese coming along, you know.
Guy needs to chill, man.
That's great.
Get your fucking hands up from now!
Right, and let me finish these super chats, man. Yo, big up to Samilian, bro. Big up for that. Big up to Denton as well for the super sticker. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Big up to you, bro. And big up to Pi. Says the bald fraud has to go 1 in 14 because he didn't want to use our squad players and academy. His love triangle with Bernardo and Gundo should end.
Fucking that's a he's holding a grudge there, isn't he? That was 6 months ago, man.
Professional idiot. Oh yeah,
yeah. Some grudge that,
super chats. The super chats are mad. Honestly, it's crazy.
Has that just come in from fucking October last year?
It's sent by snail mail. That's what it is. Nah, big up, bro. All right, and lads, anyone got any dying topics before we go?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready. Are we going for it? Are we going for it?
What's this?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to die on this hill and let me land here, right? 100 men would beat the living shit out of a gorilla, right? And I'm going to tell you why, all right? This gorilla has got no fucking fight IQ whatsoever. It's a wild animal. It's also built like a brick shithouse, but does zero cardio in the gym, mate. It would gas out within 1 minute. All these men are going to be all over the gorilla. After 1 minute, it's going to be exhausted and pinned down. I'm then going to take its back, lock in the rear naked choke, man, pull its eyeballs out and everything. And we are going to kill that motherfucker within 5 minutes.
So,
I
Jake,
swear on my life.
Right,
would you volunteer to be person number 1 to go and start this off?
I'm not. So this is the common misconception, I think, right? Because there's not going to be a number 1 or a number 2
What's
or number
this
3.
here?
It's going to be 100-on-1 from the get-go.
Yeah, you're not taking turns, are you? You're not taking turns.
We're going to ravage him.
I mean, but even if you went like the first 3 or 4 people at once, I still think that's you literally have to go all 100.
Person's beating
Jay, I've got one sticky question for you.
Go on.
Oh, mad.
How many man can fight the gorilla per 1 goal? You can't all have whole 100 fighting
all
at
at the same
once.
time. All at the same time.
Yeah, I know that, but you can't. People are going to have to wait. You can't fight
No.
Nah, you get 10 on at once. Three active men beat a gorilla.
Look at
I'm
the
sorry.
state of the fucking
No
gorilla.
way.
Active men beat a gorilla.
There's no way.
A gorilla's what, £500,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And it's what?
You're strong as fuck, bro.
And just straight aggression.
There's
no
way. 3 active men, 3 UFC fighters against that. The gorilla's
Well,
getting torn
You
apart.
rip his arms off, bro.
They better stay away.
Yeah.
Don't get caught. That's all I got to
UFC
say.
fighters,
Just don't get caught.
I think if you go in with Tom Aspinall, John Jones, and Eddie Orr, you're taking that motherfucker out.
You're cheating now, Jay. We're talking average men here, mate. 100 average men.
Three active men beat that. 3.
Yeah. No,
One's getting hurt.
That's fucking
One's getting
mental,
hurt.
mate. That's fucking mental.
Bro, check this out, yeah? Check this little fucking clip out here. You're telling me, yeah, look at this, yeah?
It's 4'3".
Look at this. Look at this. Look at that fucking spinning. You think human beings are going to be able to beat that? You're off your head.
You can't fuck with it.
No, 100 though. 100. The gorilla would be knackered, mate. After like a minute, it's getting pinned down by 100 men.
It's not getting pinned down, bro. It's not.
Getting pinned down.
Unless it's absolutely 100 wet lettuces, who are absolute 4 stone wet fruit. Yeah.
But you said 3 though. You didn't even say 100. You said 3.
Three active animal men would kill that. One would get hurt, the other 2 would clean up.
You know what, Pulpit?
There's a couple people dying.
I'm closer to agreeing with you because I've had the argument with my mates before that. I think me and a gorilla is probably a 50-50 fight, man. If it comes to it, a 1-on-1 to the death.
You don't mean that.
Oh, no.
It could go, honestly, it could go either way. You just got to be smart about it, mate. If you just
You can't hurt it, bro. You can't hurt it.
Dance around, get it tired, and then straight for the eyeball.
You think you're having a boxing match with it, bro?
You think you can stay away?
Bro, it'll rip your arm off.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
You know what? I'd be more worried about fighting a kangaroo than a fucking gorilla.
They're stupid, man.
A kangaroo would be more damage. A kangaroo would be. A kangaroo would do more damage to me than a gorilla would.
Oh my days! I can't believe what I'm fucking hearing here.
Right, hang on.
Pulpy doesn't have a clue.
I'm 6'4", I'm sawing a gorilla. I've got long arms as well. Have you seen the size of the fucking kangaroo's legs and the damage them fuckers can do?
Bro,
that's an even bigger. Honestly,
Pulpy, listen, 6'4" or 7'4", mate. The gorilla will fuck you up.
Nah. I'm telling you.
Not 100 people, those things.
A gorilla would be intimidated by a human. A gorilla would be intimidated by a human if it was going to face to face. They just would.
Right,
timid like that.
I've
seen grown men fighting kangaroos, and kangaroos don't give a fuck.
This is the thing. They have that instinct, right? So, first, it's all metaphorics because a gorilla would run away. We know that, innit? But if it was backed in a corner, if the gorilla was backed in a corner,
you've got to fight. Yeah, no running away.
You sleep on kangaroos.
All I'll say is,
kangaroo. I'll
go
fuck
to
a
the
kangaroo,
zoo,
bro.
When you go to the zoo, they keep the gorilla in the encampment not because to protect the gorilla. They're doing that to protect all of us that are watching. They're not keeping the gorilla in chain or whatever to keep him safe. It's to keep us safe.
No, it's because
a gorilla do that and crush his skull.
They're trying to keep us safe.
What Ken Boy said there is right. One person would get hurt. I said that. The other 2 would win.
What
Ken Boy said there, I can lift a load and do twice the force. Yeah, that means one person's getting hurt, the other 2 mop up.
If you put 3-man strength together, that's still not as strong as a gorilla.
Easy.
Okay, no, but this is my tactic.
No way.
So you get 24
Tactics goes out the window. Everyone's got a plan till you get punched in the face.
That's what Mike said.
Yeah.
Talk us
Go on,
through
let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Okay, a gorilla has 4 limbs. You send 24 men to take out each limb, and then you have the remaining 4 guys to bash the skull in. Easy.
I agree.
You're telling me 24 people cannot take care of
Right.
1/4 of the gorilla?
Danny, listen. There's not enough space for 24 men.
Facts.
How many?
You can only fit maybe
how much
6,
space?
7.
Right.
15?
No,
15. No, 15.
So
On each
make
limb.
a giant
No,
human
15
snowball.
people
and
could
just
go
throw
into that and windmill around a gorilla and just take it out clean.
Mate,
One would-
how much?
That's going to be everyone's going to have broken hands, mate. Because when
Yeah,
you
when
touch
a sub
that,
comes in, a sub comes in.
How much
Come on, I
stamina
broke my
does
arms,
this
yeah,
gorilla
there you go.
need as well, Steve? Do you know, for him to consistently fight off 100 men at one time, he's going to be knackered, and then he's going to be fucking begging us for mercy by the
You're
end,
talking
man.
like they don't feel any pain. Of course they will. If he gets chinned, he's
not
gonna
off
feel
us. Not off us.
Oh, what about
he
his
is.
eyes?
Of course he is, man.
Rip his eyes out,
His
man.
chin's made out of fucking Kevlar, mate. Like,
You're gonna get hurt.
You punch it, you're gonna hurt your
You've
hand.
got a set of bollocks. You can just kick him in the fucking bollocks.
Nah, you can't play like that, man.
He needs to fight to the death. You ain't gonna stand there and just let him mom.
game
I'm
only,
kicking him
man.
in the butt, mate. I'm taking his nutsack with me. The
Yeah.
teeth are going on it. Like Danny G. I'm fucking going at him, mate. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Sand in the eyes and everything.
Yeah,
man.
that's
You've got to
it.
fight dirty.
that's funny.
It's a fight to the death.
And humans have got smart brains, man. Do you know what I mean? Sand in the eyes, fight dirty, in the bollocks, like Wolfie said, and we're taking the motherfucker out, man.
Yeah,
You're telling me
it's Goliath against 100 Davids. The 100
yeah,
Davids.
exactly. And you grab it by the nutsack, it becomes a little fucking girl on a floor screaming, mate.
Oh,
It's over.
I am not grabbing a gorilla's nutsack.
I
Thank
would
you
if it's
very
a matter of life and if it's a fight to the death, which is what it is.
You'd be surprised what humans are capable of when it's
Yeah.
life or death, man. It gives you super strength. I thought I was
And a gorilla as well.
There's been a couple of times where I thought I'm gonna die, and I've turned into fucking Superman to get myself out of
Adrenaline's
situations.
a big thing, man.
It's adrenaline.
Yeah.
Imagine a gorilla's adrenaline.
Yeah. So just to clarify, I'm saying the gorilla fucking owns the 100. Yeah, who's
Do
the
ya?
gorilla? I think the gorilla wins.
Not
Oh,
with that
yeah,
attitude.
I'm
That
with
stinks
you.
with an attitude, mate. No,
3-on-3.
I'm with Jay. It gets absolutely destroyed by 100 men.
100 men.
I'm saying 3 would give it a good go.
No, that's ridiculous. 3 is ridiculous.
Three's crazy, man.
It's not.
Pulpy,
I'm
you know
telling
what
you,
do?
3 men.
You
3
do
men
this
go
every
close.
show. You do this every
3
show.
men might be 3 or 4. 4 men win.
I think 3 big men like
3 active. That's a 3 active men
yeah,
win.
and Garnu,
I think
Aspinall, John
10
Jones,
is the
those freaks would
absolute
take one out.
minimum to even remotely have this conversation.
So
10
if
is the
if
absolute.
us 6 happen to find ourselves on a street someday and a gorilla come at it, would you fancy it or not? Us 6 to take him on?
We'll be gone
No,
in 10
I
seconds.
just hope that
I'll
I'm
be
faster.
I'll be
I just
6'4",
hope I'm
Jay's
faster
6'4",
than at least
6'4".
one other
He's-
person out
he's
here.
back in.
No.
I'm throwing LB in front of him, and then I'm taking its back, man.
I'll go straight for his bollocks and we win. Easy. Six of us could take that in the street.
You ain't getting near the ting, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
6 of us? Oh, you soft bastards.
Nah. That's
I am
crazy.
running away. I'm going to put that out there up right now. I just hope I'm faster than at least one other person on this panel. And I'm old now, so I'm probably not, but I'm going to try.
One's not making it,
not a
one's the
simple
fodder. We're going to get
solution,
and we'll remember them and we'll have tributes, but the rest of us could do it. Easy.
A gorilla's not going to take on 100 people at
You're
once.
tripping,
The gorilla's
bro.
gonna
Have
take
you
on
ever
what?
watched David Attenborough, bro, or anything like on a real?
He's
like
not
that?
taking them on, is
He
he? But we
ain't
could.
seen these things, man.
No, but have you ever seen these documentaries and that?
Yeah, but I've also seen fights of humans going at it. You know what I mean? The IQs are higher. A gorilla's not going to know what to do with 6 men fighting.
Sheer strength, bro. Yeah, sheer power.
Yeah, but they've only got power enough for one person. They've got fucking 12 arms.
Yeah, bro, 1 person equals 1 second dead.
No, they're not that. No, they're not fucking made of paper mache.
Oh, we are.
One
Listen,
gorilla
listen.
slaps a guy on his head.
Last time
he's
a
dead.
gorilla started something with humans, man, we all know what happened.
Don't go there.
That Harambe's in the
Don't go
ground
there.
now. Look what happened, man.
Don't go there.
Don't fuck with us. Do not
Yo,
fuck
did they have
with us.
guns for that though? Like that's different, isn't it?
Yeah,
No
but
guns
still-
allowed.
There's a reason we're top of the food chain on this planet.
Exactly. They won't fucking want to know.
Wait.
Honestly, they're like. It'd be like coming across a mutant on social media who's mouthing off and then he sees you in public, they shit themselves.
Let me do
The
this
most
super
famous
fast.
gorilla of all time is 10 feet under, man, because he got brave.
Yeah, Harambe.
So
Big up-
remember
big up
that, Harambe, and your boys next time you try and come.
Yeah, you've already took an L. No more.
Yeah, well, let me do super chat, man. I'll go bed in it. Put a gorilla bully Doku off the ball.
No.
No. And big up True Dog says, show video of gorilla nonchalantly dragging a guy. What is
Oh, I've seen that one, you know. Have you seen that one?
Yeah,
one
one
guy.
guy.
That's one of us. One of us
Yeah,
6
but
is getting dragged. The other 5
it's funny as fuck. It's funny.
I've seen one run from a duck as well, man, on a video. Like, I think they're pretty bad shitbags, to be honest. Overrated.
It's so strong, man.
Overrated.
So strong.
All right, big up, man. Yeah, sound. Anyone else got any 1v100s on
No,
but I'm starting to
Can I ask one last
question
question?
the intelligence of the panel, though.
Yeah.
Can I ask one last question?
You're gonna hope one day that if we're of 6 of us together and a gorilla turns up, you're gonna be glad that I were there.
Yeah, I'll trip you up and I'll fucking run.
That's what I said. I just gotta beat one.
Hey, they're fucking faster than us, mate. So they might trip me up and eat me, but they were coming after you because you're all cowards. They must just catch you in the end.
Boys,
What was
with you. So, grizzly bear, tiger, and gorilla. Who wins?
Gorilla. For me, gorilla.
Grizzly.
Bear wins.
Tiger.
Grizzly bear wins.
It's like twice the size. Grizzly bears are twice the weight, innit?
Actually,
Not the tiger?
Grizzly bears can swim.
Tiger won't stand a chance against any of them.
Yeah, grizzly bears
Grizzly
can
bear
swim.
all day.
I'll take the grizzly bear.
I'm climbing
I'm
trees
gonna
faster
go.
than
I'm gonna go
you.
in grizzly
Taking the
bear.
grizz, mate.
Grizzly's like 1,000 pounds in it. It's like twice
Tiger,
the size
what?
of a gorilla.
Everyone in
The
the
thing,
chat's saying
the
tiger.
thing
What's
is as
wrong
well,
with
yeah, you know, with the grizzly bear on the tiger, yeah, the tiger
Yeah.
has to be mad accurate with its attacks with its mouth, yeah. But you
Yeah.
know, the grizzly bear can just swipe, and if it gets a good connection
Yeah.
through its
Yeah.
side, the thing's dead.
Grizzly
So-
bears rip fucking trees out the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grizzly's winning.
Okay, so 100 men versus 1 grizzly.
Men all day.
I
Oh,
think
still the
men
men.
again, you know.
100 the men.
There's nothing could beat 100 men.
Have you not seen fucking Leonardo DiCaprio fucked one up, man, in that film when it came for him? Light
Yeah.
work, just rolled it down a hill, end off.
Well,
There's no animal. on
I
earth
asked
that
Grok
can
in
beat-
it. I asked Grok this question, and it did put the
Oh,
grizzly.
well,
grizzly
well,
number one.
Grok's never wrong.
Yeah, I'd say grizzly, the other thing, the gorilla,
And then tiger last.
Is that what Grok said?
I don't know. It's just a grizzly would win.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
tiger's just a shit grizzly. Like, what does a tiger have over a grizzly? No.
Tiger's got no business doing there, man. Tiger's like
It's
that.
just
Nah,
a
tigers
small,
are-
it's a smaller grizzly, isn't it?
Tigers are
Probably a bit
fucking
faster.
sick.
It's probably a
Tigers
bit
are sick.
faster
Lion.
and nippy.
A lion's a different. A lion's a different thing.
No, tigers are over lions.
Yeah, tigers
No,
are bigger than lions,
no.
isn't it?
Really?
Yeah, tigers are bigger than lions.
Really?
Tiger would fuck a lion
But
up.
tigers go solo, whereas lions
Yeah.
go in a pack.
Pack, yeah.
See, I did
Pear's
watch-
right as well. Tigers
did watch
are
Nat Geo, man.
as an animal.
I'm telling you, I'm
I
throwing
agree with
kangaroos in there, man. They are nasty fuckers.
Kangaroos.
See, I
Oh,
would
wait, you've
fuck
not
a
seen
kangaroo.
it. Kangaroos are about 8 foot tall, mate, and they are.
Nah, they're not.
I seen a guy on Instagram boxing a kangaroo.
I seen him boxing up because of his dog.
Yeah, and he
innit?
slaps
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
he had his dog and he battered the
Yeah.
kangaroo with no
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
This kangaroo had no
Well,
training.
I'm
He had no
lying.
training.
No, the kangaroo robbed his dog.
Yeah,
Right,
I seen it
he's
when he
gonna
tried
kill
drowning
his-
it underwater. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No
he went
way.
and boxed the kangaroo and he got his dog.
yeah. The
killed.
kangaroos.
No, but
are
I've always
fearless,
been
man.
led to believe that kangaroo's just going to spark me out, no problem.
Nah,
They
but
would.
he was proper moving.
Kangaroos will walk up to you in the street and try and
Yeah.
fuck you up.
Nah, kangaroos
Wow.
can catch their hands, man. They're overrated as well. They're
Innit,
fucking
Jay?
got-
You won't
They're
get near a kangaroo,
roadkill
mate.
all the time, man. They can't even dodge.
Kangaroos don't have wrestling.
No, same team Dagestan 3 years.
Kangaroo don't have wrestling, brother.
But there is another question for you though. If you had to pick one animal,
Go on, Jay.
Right.
Get out of here.
I just started
No.
laughing halfway through.
You know when it's like
Let me land.
Oh,
Let me
okay,
land.
Let's hear it. Let's
If you
hear
had to
it.
pick one animal to like have relations with, man. Do you know
Oh
what
my
I'm
God! What are you doing? Hey, you sick man.
doing?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I knew it. The fucking
Oh,
Jay, you
God.
can go for that gorilla first, mate. You can go first.
Get
Get him off the screen.
Are we still on? Are we still on?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
still live, innit?
Right, I'm just hear me out, man. Have you ever seen a zebra's backup batty, man? They have got zebra and
Somebody get a timestamp ready.
They've got like
This is the end of the
proper, they've got like proper nice eyelashes as well, man. Bit of like mascara on.
Oh my god. Oh,
Right, no, I'm only.
You have a child.
I'm only.
What are we
messing.
doing here?
I'm only
This is why we need a girl to fucking start a war, mate. We're fucked.
You know.
Just zebras are just good animals to watch at the zoo, man.
You're not going to the zoo again, mate.
Is that what
you're
you
not
do?
gonna be let in.
Watching him, yeah. You're just watching him.
Yeah.
You're done, mate.
When Tariq said before that they lock the animals in to keep them away from us, that's wrong with me, man. They need to keep me away from them zebras, bro.
Get fucking hands off him now! Fucking hands off it!
Oh man. Right, yeah. That's probably we're gonna wrap it up now, I think.
Yeah, well, guys. So Gibbs-White, yeah.
Now we're done. We're done, lads.
But one last thing, very last thing, one last thing.
Be very
Listen.
careful. Go on.
After all this talk, I got looking at some of the most dangerous animals of all time, and it like even extinct ones. Just have a look when in your own time. Have a little look at them T-Rex guys, man. Them T-Rexes were next level, man.
You got short arms. You can get inside and.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, what,
Got no reach, have they?
I've got a fascination in these like incredible species. You know what I'm saying, bro?
We
look
should
at
do
them.
a stream on that in the off season,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying,
I
bro.
agree.
I was just
Well,
watching
well-
fucking Jurassic World, innit?
Jay's got a
man.
fascination for zebras. It's just a different kind of fascination.
Just
Steve, was you
look
in
into
my
them dinosaurs.
Pitcairn Island stream that I did 2 weeks ago?
Which one?
It was some sort of stream, and I ended up like it was a shit game. I didn't watch long. I think I ended up looking at the Pitcairn Islands. Sick, bro.
I don't think I did though.
Them streams go off. I will do that in the off season,
Yeah.
innit? We'll do
We'll
like
get
some
there.
mad streams, yeah.
Just pick a mad documentary and watch it and just all chat about it.
Just look
Yeah.
into them dinosaurs, man. They were
I'm
mad.
looking forward to summer, man. We're gonna have some crazy debates. I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
All
That's
right,
if you
man.
get out of prison
And
time.
Jay,
mate.
I'm pulpit. There's no amount of humans that could fuck with a T-Rex. I'll leave that.
There is
there.
100. Easy.
No.
There's no more
Yeah.
T-Rexes. There's a whole lot of humans still left. So something happened.
Exactly. Where are the T-Rexes now, man? Where Harambe is. I'll leave it at that.
Big up,
Right.
everyone.
People, cars.
Big up, man. Guys, smash the like if you enjoyed the show, man. If you've had a laugh, make sure you hit the like button, man. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. I will see you in the next one. Peace out, people.
Bye, guys.